Good afternoon and welcome to Graham Road, Aspley. This round 11 near full clash between the Aspley Hornets and the Southport Sharks. It's a beautiful day for football here in Brisbane. Southport have won the toss and will kick to the left of screen. Michael Price and Will Ralston calling the action for you. And near full rider Liam Dettering with special comments. Lads, Southport, after a disappointing loss last week, they'll be looking to atone today in this clash.
Yeah, thanks for that, Pricey. It'll be a really interesting game, as you said today, between 5th and 6th on the Neathel ladder. Aspley have been in some really good form of late. They've won the last 4 games. Of course, Southport went down in that close one last week to Redland. It was probably the game of the season, in my opinion. So, Will, it'll be really interesting to see how this game pans out.
Yeah, like you said, 5th versus 6th. I think 6 is a bit harsh on Southport. They've been a very impressive unit so far this year, so it's going to be a very good game. I'm really looking forward to it.
Couple of late changes in. Adam Clark for Southport was a late inclusion with Ben Headland being removed, but we're about to start all the action. The Aspley Hornets versus the Southport Sharks, a red hot game. 5-3 both teams, and this is Will Ralston to call your action.
2 ruckmen, we have Mitch Brewer and Michael Pettit for Aspley. Ball goes into the turf, it's a bit wide, so he's going to recall that one. Like Michael said, it's a beautiful day here in Brisbane. Temperatures are just perfect and the sun is shining here at Graham Road, Aspley. The umpire to throw this one up this time. Ruckman go at it, Brewer wins it down. It's going to be a clearance to Southport, first one of the day. Goes out wide, Mallon's chasing, just inside 50. Can't get his hands in it, now he does, ducks the head, umpire says no. Mallon goes to ground, high tackle to Copeland, umpire says play on. And that's going to be the first bounce just inside 50.
Couple of good performers were the former Brisbane Lions and Copeland and Stiller last week for Aspley against Sydney Uni. The ball up, Brewer misjudged it. It was slapped forward by Pettit, taken by the Southport player, immediately claimed there. Umpire says the ball's held in under and will have another ball up about 45 metres from the Southport goal. Wind favouring the left of screen as well. Brewer gets rid of his opposing ruckman, shoots out a handball. He misses his teammate in time. Ball in dispute now. The Hornets in defence. Clearing kick. It's coming down to the wing. Nice body work there by Hughes. The ball goes towards the boundary line. Hughes butters up again. Now Sainsbury gets it to his foot. It sprays it wide. It'll be a Southport free kick at left half back.
So my vision just obstructed there, but it's Hill, puts it out to his captain Burge, and he can link up with Hill once again, rebounding from defensive 50. Hill has a teammate in Salter out wide. So Salter can just plan an attack here. Cheeky little kick down the line to Weller, wearing 34 this week. Long raking kick straight into the chest of Goldsmith. That was a beautiful pass. Umpire brings back the mark, so it's just going to be on the edge of 50, maybe beyond his range, but with the wind assistance, he could be a chance here.
And Will, that was a beautiful kick from Weller. He's I know Callum Toomey of the AFL rates him very highly, probably in his top 20 draft prospects. So we just saw there some of the quality he brings to this Southport midfield now that he's in the side today.
So Goldsmith puts it high. It's going to go to the line. Brewer's there, and he takes a towering mark on the goal line. And we saw this last week. He's a pretty dangerous forward prospect for Southport.
Certainly is, Will. And as you mentioned last week, we saw some of that on display. Just once he gets that front position, the big body is so hard to get around.
So big Mitch Brewer. Oh, like a small forward, Stevie Johnson-esque. Mitch Brewer pops through the first one for the day, and Southport have a 6-point lead.
Well, that was actually flashes of the Geelong game last night. We saw Steve Johnson looking for the handball off from his ruckman on that occasion. No need for a smaller player there. Mitch Brewer shows how you do it. Just took a step out and slotted it through for the first goal of the day for Southport. 3
goals last week against Redland. As you say, he put up the performance. He's already shown that he's got some strength to go along with his height in Big Brewer. Now Southport take the early lead here at Graham Road.
Well, he's going to be such a difficult forward option to stop. He's just got so much height on anyone down there. So if he keeps drifting forward, it's going to be pretty dangerous for Aspley.
So Brewer will go up in the ruck against Pettit. Umpire bangs it down. Give that one to Brewer. Ball drops at the feet of his teammate. Held without the ball, umpire says. So it'll be a free kick to Callan Geary. Himself grabbed a couple of goals last week. Ball goes out wider to Salter on the outer wing. Salter inside 50. Aspley have the numbers. Oh, just nudged under the ball there. Umpire says illegally. Looked like it wasn't bad bodywork at all from Baxter, but the free kick will be taken by Aspley.
Very strong bodywork from Baxter, but just infringed. That's a dangerous kick out wide. It's all Sharks here. So Brewer on the end of the handball. He's got Salter. He's got numbers inside as well. Play on there. Burge. He can hit a target inside 50 to the advantage of Baxter, and he'll take this one.
Daniel Smith won't be too happy with his effort there. He didn't patrol the mark well at all, and it just let Burge quite casually stroll past him, and he hit a leading Baxter, who this time has been awarded with a mark.
Beautiful kick by the captain, Burge. And already I think we're seeing a bit of this wind assistance. We can see the flags on the outer wing just blowing strongly to the left here, and if he hits this one well, it should sail through. So we're riding it directly behind Josh Baxter. Starts it on line, and that's where it stays. Beautiful goal by Josh Baxter, and his teammates get around him. Southport just getting away to an early lead. It's 2-0-12, leading Aspley, yet to score.
Well, Will, certainly in the early parts of the game, it just looks like Southport's working a bit harder. They've just had more numbers at the footy on every occasion coming through the midfield, and they've managed to find a forward target on both occasions. That was a great kick there by Burge, and he found Baxter, who we all know is a beautiful kick for goal. Went back and slotted it from about 45 out, Pricey.
Again, 4 goals last week, and he starts off well. The Southport looking like they're just a little bit more composed at the moment, and as you say, the work rate is starting to show early. We've played about 5 minutes 20 of the first term here in round 11 of the NEAFL. The Aspley Hornets trailing the Southport Sharks by 2 straight goals. Umpire will recall that bounce again. As we say, beautiful conditions. You probably have about 23, 24 degrees in Brisbane today. The wind isn't a gale, but it is there, enough to favour the left of screen. We'll give that tap out to Turner. He butters up, gets his own ball, gets it forward to Stanley. He's tackled. Now Southport trying to get it through. The Sharks, they're surrounded by Hornets, and the umpire will ball it up. We've moved about 1.5 metres in the space of 1.5 minutes there. Big Brewer again with his strength. Gets the tap out. Good tackling and good handball away as Southport bring it to the commentary wing. Scrubby left foot kick there by Mallon. He gets the ball back though. Scrubs it again forward to left, half forward. Overrunning the ball there for Southport is Wells. Aspley clear it. And there's going to be a contest. Good strong mark taken by Reagan Salter.
50
right in front of us. Now, what was that for? Did you see that, Will?
Yeah, it was Daniel Smith. He came into the protected area there, and so he's correctly called 50. The umpires tend to look for players who put their hand up in those areas because it stops the quick play on. So we now see Regan Salter with the chance from almost identical position to Baxter to add Southport's 3rd goal, Will.
That's a disappointing 50 to give away, especially after an intercept mark on the wing. It's the last thing they needed. So Regan Salter, like you said, very similar to Baxter's last shot for goal. Let's see how he fares. Just inside 50, shanks it, and that's where it's going to stay.
Kick never looked good off the boot, did it, Will?
Helicopters to the left of the goalpost, and so that is now a 13-point lead to Southport. Aspley to kick in. Oh, play on, says the umpire. He's under a bit of pressure here. What's he going to do? Doubles back. This is gross. Somehow works it out, and he finds a teammate in Lucy.
That's that AFL composure for you, isn't it?
Puts it down the wing. There's Turner. Oh, that's a very strong mark. Play on, says the umpire. So Turner gets the handball. Strong tackle. This is Hayne. Can't get to his feet, so he puts it to a bit of space. Good turnover by Grayson. This is Weller. Another good kick. Oh, it's a poor kick inside 50, I should say. And so that's going to be mopped up by Gross. Puts it on the left, and it's a relieving kick as he finds a teammate in Stanley.
So Jack Stanley across half back. Looks for a teammate, finds Reece Toy. Toy now. He's got Hughes at right half back. He's got some runners further up on the wing. Needs to be clinical with the disposal. The ball now ends up in the hands of Shaney Stiller. Wobbly looking kick towards Sainsbury. Good defensive work there by the Sharks. Again, that's McCanch. McCanch gets the ball over to Mills. Mills now to the goal square, and Southport should be away here. They are. It's the run of Weller to the outer side. Receives the ball. He's got some runners further up on the wing, and Fraser Pope takes the ball. The Southport looking composed in defence and shifting the ball around quite well by foot. It's John McCanch again, asking his teammates to steady it down. That's an ordinary kick in the scheme of things. It's going to be intercepted by Aspley. Inside 50 now. Ball bouncing towards Eddie Sainsbury. He gathers nicely. The beautiful handball to the run of Hutchinson, who bangs it through from 30 metres. Better football from the Hornets, a little bit of pressure on the Southport ball carriers. Gets that goal, their first for the day. And it's a 13-6 ball game with 9 minutes gone.
And as you said, Pricey, there some better signs from Aspley. Just on the last couple of occasions, they've managed to link up really well with the hands, just get the numbers out the back, and they've started to move the ball with a bit more purpose. We saw Hutchinson. We know he's got that athletic capability. It actually looks like, he ran forward off his opponent there from the half-back line and managed to finish off really nicely from about 50 metres out, Will.
Yeah, that was beautiful link-up play by Aspley, and you can see just from the turnover once it opened up, they're a pretty devastating team entering forward 50 are Aspley. We haven't seen much of it today, but they're finally able to get their first score on the board. So it's Southport by 7 points. Umpire bounces the ball. That one's going to be won by Turner. Stiller taps it on. Collison had his hands on it. Comes free. McCanch is there for Southport. It feeds out a handball to Troutman, but it's turned over. Banged inside 50. High ball. 4 men at the contest. No one can take a mark. Sainsbury shoots a handball out wide. That's Matthews in the pocket. Just ducks his head. Troutman with a Shepherd. Oh, he runs into danger, but Troutman can handball it out wide. That's well done by Geary. Spins out of trouble. Back to Troutman. Linking up well. Who's going to get their hands on this one? Stiller, and it works its way just over the boundary line on Aspley's forward flank. So we have a ball in here. Turner, the only ruckman there for the moment. He can't gather the loose ball. Troutman can. Cheeky little handball. That went to Collison. Begging his teammates to kick. Mallon can't find Wells. Umpire will bounce it up right in front of the commentary box here, and I'll let you have it, Pricey.
Well, the Southport bench very, very vocal while they've got the players near them, imploring the Sharks to keep going in the physical stakes. Aspley get the ball through Ryan Thompson, ends up in the hands of Joey Day. The left foot now. Big contest here with Jack Stanley and Wade Mills. We'll give that one to Mills. He does well. Gets the ball out. Now it's going to end up with Tyne on the outer wing. Got time for a bounce and to fumble and pick it up. Under pressure now. Puts it on the left foot. Pettit has the set. No, good contest there from Baxter. Brings the ball forward. But Aspley will bring it out down the outer side. Jack Stanley now. He's got 2 to beat, but the boundary line beats them all. We'll have a throw in on the outer side.
And it'll be really interesting to see how that matchup between Hutchinson and Baxter plays out. We saw Hutchinson run off and kick Aspley's first goal, but I think Southport really want to utilise Baxter's strength in the one-on-one contest if they can get it in long.
So a contest on the outer wing. That's going to be won by Collison. Handball is intercepted. Good bump there. That was Burge. Southport able to win the ball, but it's very scrappy. It's just become a very contested ball game in the last 5 minutes.
One-on-ones all around the field as well. We've got one loose for Southport in defence there.
That's Hill. So it's another ball up just outside forward 50 for Southport. Wells has his hands on it. Strong tackle. 2 Hornets just crashed him. So it's going to be another ball up.
Well, we said this is it's a game that both sides desperate to win, both 5 and 3, 5th versus 6th, so it's very, very tight in the clinches as we speak. Ruckman slaps it down in Pettit, goes to the outer side. Aspley with the advantage. Smith overruns the ball. Sharks have it now. That's Salter, gets the ball out wide. It's now kicked inside 50. Aspley have the numbers. It bounces kindly for Copeland, who accepts it. Brings it to right half back. Beautifully weighted kick to Day. He grabs it. Kicks it forward now to Jack Stanley. Right half forward. That's a disappointing kick in the end. Disappointing effort from the Southport defender. He drops an absolute sitter, Sainsbury.
I think I think Keller just lost the ball there a bit in the sun there. It just looked like momentarily lost it and nearly cost him a goal.
Oh, it's just one of those things. You'd love a pair of sunnies out there as it was, but Aspley now 7 points to Southport 13. They trail by a straight goal.
How good was Copeland's kick too, rebounding from defence. And now Weller, he takes that one, reads it beautifully. There's a good kick out by Hill. So Weller, down the line, he's got Wells.
I think you find it's the player who rhymed with him there, Will Keller, who had the ball.
Oh, sorry, Liam. Thanks for that pickup. He hits the chest of Pope. So Pope, with the orange boots as usual, puts it down the line. Brewer's there. Can't take the mark. Goldsmith at the feet of it, but it's going to be turned over by Aspley. Handball. This is going to be Joyce. Stiller. And this is going to work out for Aspley. Well done. Dummies the handball. Stanley's there. picked up by the loose man for Southport.
Good contest.
That's going to be another stoppage.
Both sides putting incredible pressure on the ball carrier there.
Certainly pricey. The tackling's a feature of both their games, more so Southport. They're a really good contested side, and we've seen that early on in this game.
Pettit gets the ruck hit forward.
Brewer, there was a hand around the shoulder, pricey.
He might have got the hit out, but he was using Brewer as a bit of a push-up there. So Brewer accepts the free kick at half-back. Man, Mountain he is. Goes down the commentary wing, looking for his teammate in Goldsmith. Good effort from Gavin Gross. And the ball will roll over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in. Wind seems to have sprung up a bit, and it's coming more or less diagonally across the ground towards the left forward pocket of the left of screen. Ball hit over the back. Austin Lucy can't control it. Picked up there by Weller. Weller the handball now over to McCanch. McCanch sees the lead, honours that, chips it a bit high. Aspley defence have the ball. Copeland sweeping handball. Lucy with the timely hand. The ball now with Smith. He's got a lead on. That was Stanley. Mills just affected the timing enough to have the ball spilt. It's stuck underneath there. Umpire could call anything. He does. He calls a ball up 45 metres out from the Aspley goal.
Aspley just wrestling back the ascendancy a bit in this match. Southport haven't kicked a goal for about 10 minutes now. Tap is one down. Bit of a high tackle there from Grayson. He gets away with it, so he's going to have a shot for goal. This is Lucy. Just puts it across the face. So Aspley now 1-2-8, trailing Southport 2-1-13. Southport could kick out. This is Collison in the back pocket. Tries to put it to Grayson, but that's going to travel out of bounds.
It's difficult to pinpoint those kicks. You don't hit the target, they will hurt you on the turnover. Throw in, Brewer taps it down. Now Aspley with the ball. It was French who got the handball out. Shunted forward by the Sharks though. Got rid of his man nicely there. Did Burton. Ball ends up with Pope. Handball back inboard. Misses the target in Mallon. Aspley player injects himself, does well in Liam Dawson. Ball stuck under the Sharks. Umpire's going to hug himself and it'll be another ball up. There is no room for either side's running players to move at this present stage. Some of the disposals not making it easy.
Certainly not pricey, and we see Liam Dawson there, another one of the Queensland under-18 guys who's come in for some senior action today. It'll be interesting to see how he goes, as with Lockie Weller for Southport.
So just a couple of errant handballs letting both teams down at the moment. So Turner puts it down the line. Stanley can't get his hands on it. Grayson's there, and he's given a welcoming shove out of bounds.
There's a bit of feeling, a bit of physicality in this game.
A bit of feeling out there. Very physical contest so far. Pretty tight. So no one's able to get their hands on it. Just shoved forward by Mallon. Mallon evades some traffic. Does brilliantly, Eddie Mallon. Takes on 3 tacklers. Puts it inside 50. It's a wobbly kick. Goldsmith's at the feet of it. But it's going to evade him as well as it travels about 40 metres out from Southport's goal. But how was that evasive work from Eddie Mallon?
Yeah, it certainly will. We saw the strength of Eddie Mallon there. He's really good in the contest. Last week probably had his colours lowered slightly to Luke Rogerson, but to start this match he's certainly been terrific. He's been instrumental early getting his hands on the footy.
Throw in left forward pocket for the Sharks. They're leading by 5 points. Ball in dispute. Oh, that could have been a push. No, umpire says that we'll do it all again. We'll have a ball up 30 metres from the Southport goal. It's Ryan Thompson.
The umpire
is still on top of his Southport opponent. It was also Burton was thrown aside there by Matthews. The umpire balls it up, just throws it up, and there's pulled a free kick. There's been some illegal contact without the ball. It was George Hannaford.
I was just going to say there haven't been many free kicks today, but they've found one there. Probably justified as well. It's been pretty physical inside that forward 50. So raking handball. This is Joyce. He's got a teammate in Matthews. He can just tread water for a moment, touches the ball on the ground. Completely stationary there. Pinpoints a target. This is Toy. He can play on. What can they set up from here, Aspley? Kick goes wide. Hughes underneath it. Almost takes a good mark. Troutman does well. Doubles back. Handball to Pope. Snaps it on the right. It's a bad turnover. So here's Ryan Thompson. Puts it to the corridor. Too much for Toy. This could be danger here. Good tackle by Baxter. He follows up his tackle once again for the loose handball. Burton picks it up. Burton tries to find Baxter now. Good work by Josh Baxter. And if he kicks this one, I'll tell you what, he really deserves it.
That was terrific by Baxter there, just that defensive pressure. But, guys, before the game, we were talking about how sometimes Aspley gets bogged down, just stagnant ball movement. They were sort of chipping it across the half-back line, not really getting anything from what they were doing. And lo and behold, the turnover that Baxter orchestrated, he got it back, and now he gets the line up for his second shot at goal.
So that was Toy that the ball just travelled over his head and really coughed up a gift of an opportunity for Josh Baxter. Like you said, Liam, this will be his second goal if he's able to put it through. Easier than his first shot. The umpire doesn't move. Well done, Josh Baxter. He kicks his second, and Southport are able to kick away to an 11-point lead halfway through this first quarter.
Great defensive work to start with in their forward 50 from the Southport Sharks. Put the pressure on Aspley coming out. A little bit of panic, turnover, and then he drifted beautifully back out. Did Baxter and was found with a very good kick in the end by his teammate in Burton. Some great play there. And then, again, you said it before, Liam, about Aspley, and they need to be moving the ball, looking to play on, looking to move it quickly to utilise their skills and their pace.
Well, we saw, I can't quite remember who it was, but it was literally standing on the back flank for a good 10 seconds without anything happening. So.
Ball up in the middle now. It's tapped forward by the Sharks but taken by the Hornets. Propelled to right half forward. Leading in the charge for Southport, Grayson. Getting there first was Smith for Aspley. Picked it up nicely, gets it to Lucy. Looks inboard. Now bangs a kick towards Nellis. It drops nicely in front of him. Can he juggle it? Yes. You'd have to pay that. 35, 40 metres out. He had about 3 or 4 grabs at it, but that was to his advantage side. He eventually controlled it.
Well, you mentioned it was to his advantage. What a kick from Lucy from there. He had the shorter option, but saw the space, saw Nellis had the whole fat side of the forward 50 to lead into, kicked it to his advantage, and on about the 4th juggle, Pricey, managed to take the mark.
Now, he kicked a couple of goals last week versus Sydney Uni in Aspley's win. Leans back. Crowd likes it, goal umpire likes it as well, so Aspley get their second goal, drag it back to a 5-point ball game. Southport 3-1-19, Aspley 2-2-14. We played 21 minutes of the first quarter here on Neefle TV.
And Nellis is one who's, to start the year, he wasn't in the side, probably had a bit of a disappointing start by his standards, because last year I know certainly was a breakout year for him and he was fantastic, but he started to find a bit more of that form. I know the game we called here against, when they played the Gold Coast, it seemed like he got a bit more confidence back, and since then he seemed to go on with it. And Southport obviously see his importance to Aspley as well, because they've sent their best key defender, Luke Hill, to him today. So that'll be an interesting matchup that we'll keep an eye on.
So entertaining game so far here at Graham Road, Aspley. It is Southport 3-1-19 leading Aspley 14. Plenty of bodies there. There'll be another ball up inside the centre square. We've seen a few of them today. So it's Pettit there for Aspley. Handball comes out from Lucy. Tries to tap it on. Pettit gathers his own ball. That's a very good tackle by Salter. And Salter causes a turnover. Burge. Mills. That handball's turned over as well. Mills is able to pick it up to Burge, and it's opened up for Pope. Sorry, Troutman. Troutman gets a hand off to Collison. He handballs back. This is Pope. No, it's not Pope, sorry. Inside forward 50. Burton, big contest. Massive impact. Geary can swing around onto his right, puts it very high into a very dangerous position. I think it's Baxter down there. No one can take a mark, and it's going to be gathered by Day.
How courageous was that, though, from Thompson? Just running back with the flight, smashed into Brewer and was able to create the spillage, because if he didn't do that, in all likelihood it would have been Brewer who would have taken the mark.
Well, the big fellow in Brewer is still struggling to get to his feet behind play there, so it was a heavy impact there as Aspley bring the ball through the middle of the field. It's with Ryan Holman. Inclusion this week. Looks for the lead of Nellis. Good kick. Was a push out as called by the Aspley players in front of us. So Nellis kicks inside 50. Sainsbury. Ball bounces over the top. Nice work there by the Southport defence gathering. Stuck there now with Henry Joyce on top of him, and there'll be a ball up right at the edge of the goal square. Aspley inside 50, trailing by the one straight goal after 23 minutes. Umpire throws it up. Nicely tapped down. Smith grabs it, has a snap. Nice smother there. Now picked up by Lucy. Scrubs it around the corner. Stanley over his head and over the boundary line. Left forward pocket for Aspley. There'll be a throw in.
We've just seen Big Brewer limping off the field there. I think it's his right knee that's in a bit of trouble. Like we said before, that big contest inside forward 50, that would leave everyone pretty sore. So it's a boundary throw in inside Aspley's forward 50. 24 minutes gone in this first quarter. Pettit wins it down. Strong tackle as soon as he gathered the ball there. So that was Lucy. Lucy been very prominent in this first quarter. So we're going to have another ball up. Pretty neutral contest. Once again, the player who gets hands up first on it is tackled instantaneously. And so we'll have another ball up.
So very congested inside the Aspley 50. They're still trailing by the 6 points. Pettit gets a decisive tap down, falls in favour of the Southport players. Of course, again, surrounded by the Aspley forwards. And coming up with the ball there was Ryan Holman. But the umpire will ball it up 30 metres from the Aspley goal. Can they break through here? Southport applying the brakes to it. Sainsbury tries to force his way through. Stiller picks it up, scrubs it back. Pettit can't control it. Southport defence have got it. Getting the handball away there. Stewart put his teammate under pressure. Got absolutely belted and hasn't moved.
I think it's Salter. He looks like he's knocked out.
He has not moved, has he? That's disturbing footage there. But young Salter, no. Salter's standing in front.
Up.
It's
right. He's moving now.
He is moving now and rolling onto his back, and that's good to see. Is it Stephen Tyne? You don't like to see that at all. You do like to see the fact that he's up and he's jogging off.
We may not see him again though today, Pricey. We all know how serious concussion is, so I'm sure they'll test him out, and if he's not right to go on, they certainly won't put him out there.
Can't muck around with head knocks as the umpire holds it up and will start play again. 30 metres from the Aspley goal. Again, it's just stuck underneath several players. It was Geary. Was he held for holding the ball, not making a sufficient effort? Did the umpire want to clear that contest? That's what I need to know.
And 50.
And 50 for the mouthful that followed afterwards. So that free kick will go to Eddie Sainsbury.
And Pricey, not a bloke you want to be giving a freebie to.
No, especially on the edge of the goal square. Kicked 7 last week, best on ground against Sydney Uni, and he kicks his first for the day, a controversial one as Aspley draw levels 3-2-20 here at Graham Road.
Well, given Brewer could be in a bit of pain for the rest of this match, and Tyne going down, goals like that are not ones Southport want to be giving away. They could be finding themselves a few men short today. So that's a disappointing goal for them to concede, but advantageous for Aspley. It's now 3-2-20 apiece. Very late in this first quarter.
This game living up to its match of the day status here at Graham Road. You've got the Hornets and Southport throwing everything at each other, so looking forward to the rest of it as we get into the latter stages of the first term.
So tap down one by Turner. It's going to be turned over, so Mills can't get a boot on it. It's been smothered. Mallon goes in head first. One out there by Stewart for Southport. Wells tries to win his own footy. Well done there by Aspley. So Stiller, handball out wide. Pope's underneath it. Big contest. A lot of guys go up. And the Sharks are able to spoil it out of bounds.
So the wind's died down a bit. We've got a little bit of cloud cover as well to cool it down. So still magnificent conditions for football. Throw in on the outer side. Nicely hit down by Jed Turner. Aspley with the ball now in the middle. It's going to go inside 50 there. Nellis works his way forward. Beautiful defensive mark there. Nice body work from Luke Hill. He sees a call, the outer side. He honours that. Luke Shreve takes the mark under some pressure from Shaney Stiller. Shreve looks in the middle. He sees Burton. Hits him. Oh, Burton run down. Just that last bit of closing speed from Adam Hughes did beautifully. Dispossessed now. Right half forward. It's Nellis with the ball for Aspley. He peels around. Long right foot kick. Sainsbury got rid of his man with 2 hands in the back, says the umpire. So it'll be a free kick to Southport at fullback. They'll bring it out now. It's with Fraser Pope at centre half back.
Had to be a free kick against Sainsbury there. So Pope gives it height. Back flank, dangerous kick. Can't take the mark. Burton's there. He's able to win the footy. So Burton puts it down the wing. Shreve intercepted by Stiller. Good mark. Stiller. That's a good kick to Hughes. So what can they do in the last few seconds of this first quarter? Back to Stiller. On his left foot, he can put it inside 50. Dangerous position at the hot spot. That's nearly a strong mark. It's going to fall free. This is French in the pocket. French just overruns it. Tries to have a swinging shot at goal. Was he tackled without the ball? Oh, another big contest. And a high tackle there for Southport.
Could have been a little high, yes. So that Troutman who copped the high one. Bit of a bump early. Clinton French now falling down. But the ball's now with Fraser Pope. As I said, a little bit of physicality there. Southport had a couple of numbers back in the latter part of this quarter just to stem the Aspley tide. That ball sits up in the wind a bit. Big fly. Front and centre there. Nice work from McCants. Gets a handball away. It ends up with Day for Aspley. Chips it inside 50. Here's a fly. That's Nellis. No, it's Stanley. Couldn't grab the second one. Dropped the mark as it's now with Mallon. Mallon left half back for the Sharks. Under some pressure here from the Aspley Hornets. Late in the first term. Now going back to fullback. They want to reset the other side. That's Wade Mills. He goes out to the other side of the ground to Nick Burton. It bounces kindly for him, but good pressure from Payne. Knocks it over the boundary line and there'll be a throw in.
And Pricey, aside from the first 5 minutes, it's been all Aspley this quarter, and I just think Southport's defence has held up really well today. They've been under a fair amount of pressure, and they've done a terrific job so far.
So Turner wins it down, but only as far as Southport. So they're going to be able to work this one out through Weller. It's a good kick onto the lead of Goldsmith. Goldsmith's got to move it quickly. Clark can't take the mark, but Pope can gather it. He's got loose men inside 50. This is Mallon. Handball. That went to Weller. Oh,
Tackle.
very strong tackle there. Payne. Handball. Rebound. It's a good kick inboard to French. Plays on. He's got Stiller, but it bounces over his head. Disappointing from Aspley. So Shreve can send it back the other way. Goldsmith once again. He's got runners. Inside 50, and that's going to be Mallon. Just beyond his range, Liam?
No, you're probably right, Will. It's right on the edge of his range. But I just think from Aspley, they're a completely wrong option from French. He went back inboard when he had to run on the outside, and it's going to cost them. It could cost them a goal in the end.
Well, it should cost them the lead. At least, you'd assume. Mallon tries to ride the breeze, but only as far as a behind and right on the siren as well. So, like I said, it does give Southport the lead, but only a minor score. So they are leading 3-3-21, Aspley 3-2-20. Entertaining first half, Michael. First quarter, sorry.
Entertaining first quarter, yeah. It was a long quarter too, but again, the physicality was there. Both teams having a red-hot crack, clean up some of those disposal errors, and we've got a mighty fine game for the next 3 quarters here at Graham Road, Aspley. As you say, befitting the match of the day status, 5th versus 6th, 5 and 3. The percentage is reasonably the same, so they're very tight in most areas today. So Liam, are you changing your tip of sitting on the fence?
No, still sitting on the fence. I'm safely posted. I don't think I'll be moving for much of the day.
Oh, look, this is anybody's game. It's just a matter of which team actually retains their composure and maintains the ball, gets that disposal efficiency up.
Well, it'd be devastating for Southport to lose another one of these. They've been very competitive in a lot of games this year and just losing in the last quarters. So if they can hold on, it's going to be an entertaining remaining 3 quarters here at Graham Road, Aspley. So we'll leave you for the first quarter and we'll see you after the break here on NEFL TV.
Welcome back to Graham Road at Aspley. Round 11, the Aspley Hornets versus the Southport Sharks. At quarter time, Southport leading by the solitary point, 3-3-21 to 3-2-20. Michael Price and Will Ralston calling all the action. Liam Dettering with your special comments. Lads, it was a dour first quarter, but it is a fierce contest and we're looking forward to a ripping game for the following 3 quarters, Will.
Tight, exciting game. Goal kickers so far for Aspley, Sansbury, Hutchinson and Nellis. And for Southport, Baxter's got 2 and Brewer's got 1, but Brewer went off with a knee injury. We'll see if he comes back. So taking the ruck duties for Southport was Hill. Scrappy ball once again. Hill gets it back, so puts it inside 50. Very high ball. Goldsmith's there, can't take the mark. Spills with a couple of hands. Going for the flying shot, had to be in danger. Umpire says yes. Moved his hand there. Did Clark, a late inclusion. So Adam Clark just outside 50, Goldsmith's leading for him. Puts it to his advantage. That's a strong grab. He's been pretty dominant up in the forward 50 so far, Jake Goldsmith.
Well, that's what we come to expect from him. He's a very athletic guy. He's got a massive leap and he's got strong hands. Sometimes we don't always see it. I don't know what it is sometimes, but certainly there. Massive grab from him. Now he needs to go back in what's a pretty tight shot for goal and convert for Southport.
Well, he's yet to kick a goal, but he's, like I said, he's been a commanding presence, taking a few grabs inside 50. So Jake Goldsmith, right from 50, can't ride the wind, so it's not going to be a score. Nearly a strong mark. Plenty of Sharks there, hovering around. That's a good handball. Day on the left, squeezes one out in the back flank, but it's going to be intercepted. Collison just tucked into the boundary, puts it to the hot spot once again. Big spoil. Mallon's trying to chase this one down. Applies a tackle. Day once again squeezes another kick out to the back flank. Collison can't take the mark. Handball's back. So this is Weller to Troutman. Straight back to where it came from. Instant replay. This one will be successfully spoiled over for a rush behind, taking Southport's lead out to 2 behinds.
Big spoil there from Liam Dawson as Gross wants to take the kick and quickly does. That's a good set of hands from Jack Stanley. Took the mark in between 2 Sharks. They want to move it quickly now, Aspley, as Lucy accepts the ball on the point of the centre square. Right half back. Southport leading by 2 points early in the second term here at Graham Road, Aspley.
Stagnant.
Lucy, very stagnant. They're trying to create something, caught with the ball. It spills forward. Aspley may get it back. They're still under enormous pressure. Great work there from Dylan Troutman who put the pressure on, but too much in the exuberance, and Aspley will get the free kick. Could have been some high contact there. So it's with Joyce. Joyce on the outer wing, long to right half forward. There's a big fly at front. Could have been a chop of the arms. It was Hill who could have had the mark. He butters up again, gets the ball. Good defensive work. Chipping ball, but chipping in front. It was that Jack Stanley.
Once again.
At right half forward. He's been active in the first couple of minutes here for the Hornets.
So Jack Stanley. He'll send this one inside 50. 2 Sharks there. Should be able to cover it. Umpire doesn't pay the mark, so onto the left boot. This is going to be Hannaford. First game for the year, Liam.
Sorry, Liam, but very fortunate there because that kick was pretty ordinary to Sansbury in the 2-on-1. It was just the mark not being paid that led the ball being here.
Grayson got a big chunk of it, but Hannaford, his first shot for goal. And he pushes it wide. That's a disappointing miss for George Hannaford.
Well, it would have been a great confidence booster for him there just to kick his first goal. It's his first game at NEFL level since moving up to Queensland. He's been in pretty good form in the quaffle and just being kept out of the side, obviously because of the depth of Aspley's list.
So back to a 1-point deficit. Geary in the back pocket for Southport. Umpire says play on. Puts it out wide. Grayson can't take a mark. Well spoilt there by Aspley. Boundary umpire spots it drifting over the line. So, short of a ruckman, I think they're sending Hill up against Turner, but that's a big height differential. So Turner takes that one out of the ruck, but they want to see that one thrown in again.
Just dropped a bit short there. A few extra wheat bits from the boundary umpire required. We've got Southport leading by a point. Played about 4.5 minutes in the second term. The throw in at right half forward for the Hornets. throw-in drop short again. Southport will come away with it through Collison. Gets the handball away. It's kicked forward. Aspley, big fly there. Was Hutchinson. Ball hit the deck though. Aspley still with the numbers. Calling for in the middle of Copeland. He's got to get through a bit of traffic there before it gets to him. Again with Hutchinson. Overcooks the handball looking for Stanley. Southport defence working overtime.
Spotted a throw.
Okay, so it was picked up by the Southport defensive tackle from Stanley, dislodged the ball, it was judged a throw, so Stanley will, this isn't beyond his distance from 55 metres out on a slight angle. If he's got a little bit of the breeze at his back, he's a beautiful kick of the ball is Jack Stanley.
Certainly is, Pricey. One of the Gold Coast Suns' inaugural sort of members of their list. Had time with them and you might see why with this kick.
Well, we've talked him up. It's going to drop short though into the goal square, punch through, rush through for a behind.
And Pricey, just one thing, we saw at quarter time Mitch Brewer with the ice on the knee, which is a sign that he may not reappear. They're already down. They're down to no ruckman now because Brennan's not on the side today. So it'll be really interesting to see how Luke Hill goes in the ruck, and it's going to leave them pretty short down back as well. So it'll be interesting to see if Aspley can take advantage of that.
Yeah, big devastating loss to Southport, losing big Mitch Brewer. Goldsmith, was he legged? Umpire lets it go. Another contest out here. Was that a high tackle? Umpire says yes. So Jake Keller. Keller weighs up his options, not much presenting. Geary acquires a lead. He goes further than that. Could have taken the mark. Aspley, this is Payne. Puts it high, no one in particular. Play on, says the umpire. Pope can't gather it, so this is going to be Hutchinson. Puts it inside 50. Contest, good mark by Grayson, and he rebounds. Can take a bounce, has a bit of space here, Grayson. He's got Wells as a target, he takes the mark. Wells looks further afield, he's got Clark leading for him, he gives him the lead. So Adam Clark, the late inclusion as we said before. He's got Pope as an option, sends it inboard. So Pope inside the centre square. Just delaying their entry. That looked like a good kick off the boot, but well chopped off by the Aspley defender. That was Toy. He goes further up the wing. Mills tries to effect a spoil. Could have been illegal. But Nellis can get away with it. Well done, Nellis. Puts it deep inside 50. Underneath it is Hughes. Can't take a grab. Good rebounding once again by Grayson. Gets the handball back. He's got an option out wide and it's Hill, and he can set up from the defensive flank.
Right half back is Hill. Finds a pass in McCanch. So John McCanch looks to go across half back. Finds his teammate. Precision required, and it was a good kick. Bit of movement for him. That's Salter. He goes right across the other side of the ground. Wade Mills has the ball now. So they've effected the switch. Aspley have gone with them though, so coming back to centre half back Grayson. Now Salter was just about to come off, go on the bench, and he's required to pull a shepherd as Troutman delivers the ball, and again it's McCanch who presents. McCanch up the line, has a teammate. Good strong set of hands from Hill. He's worked forward. It could have been an ill-directed kick. It favours Copeland. Just stuck the 1 mid up, the ball spills. Aspley defence will be away. The outer side, hitting the ground was Shreve, so Joyce has a clear run at it, picks it up. The right foot beautifully hits Hughes. Can he control it? No. Over the boundary line, there'll be a throw in at right half forward.
And Pricey, we're just seeing an unwillingness from both teams to use the centre corridor. It's the game's just been played across the two wings at the moment. I just really want to see one of the teams take the game on and sort of that risk versus reward element, but I think the rewards are certainly going to be greater today for the team that is willing to take that risk.
We're seeing an unwillingness to hit targets as well. Disposal efficiency is well down, and some of these loose handballs are killing the momentum of both teams as Aspley get a handball out. This is another inside 50 entry. Deep to full forward. Nearly a strong mark there to Nellis. High ball. Not 15, play on. So Southport are going to try and rebound this. Well done there by Southport. Rebounds beautifully. So this is going to be Collison. Has a bit of space, takes it to the boundary line. Right foot kick, he's got Baxter. Had to be impeded. Umpire says play on. Just over running it there is Hutchinson. Good tackle by Wells, and that travels out of bounds. So it's a free kick to Southport. Taking it is Baxter. Mallon drifted forward. Big spoil by Copeland. Double premiership player for the Lions, Robert Copeland, showing a bit of professionalism there.
No other intention. He wanted to kill that contest, and kill it he did. The ball ended up on the roof of the change room. So Aspley and Southport locked at 3-4-22 apiece with 10 minutes gone of the second term here at Graham Road. Throw in, right forward pocket. Oh, beautifully roved there by Baxter. Gets the right shoe to it, but straight up in the air. Gross climbs the pack. Punches it towards the boundary line for Aspley. The ball was Shreve. Shreve spears a pass. Oh, Pope couldn't just quite hold onto the ball. It's picked up by Hutchinson. Great tackle. Ball stuck underneath. Umpire will hug himself and we'll have a ball up 45 metres out. 45-degree angle.
Not sure that was Shreve's best option. Had a few players with a bit more space than Pope. Nevertheless, we've got another ball up inside forward 50. Hill doing very well, making up for the loss of Brewer. Oh, it's a wonderful tackle, but he just gets a handball out. So Aspley get a second chance. High kick onto the wing position. Good contest, and Hughes does very well. Strong mark in front of Todd Grayson. So Hughes, that's a great pass as well. Oh, was it a shove? Yes, it was against Mill. Play on advantage. Here we go. Daniel Smith. Inside forward 50, couldn't take the mark there. Payne, Geary gets his hands on it. Another contest, Troutman, it's a bad tackle. Sloppy tackle from Troutman. Play on, he's played on. This is French, tucks it through, gives them the advantage, and Aspley leading by a goal. Clinton French with his first of the day. 4 individual goal kickers for Aspley. They go out to 4-4-28. Like I said, leading Southport 3-4, 22 6-point lead.
And I think, Will, we just saw the first signs of what's going to trouble Southport for the rest of the day with those forward matchups. With obviously with Hill having to move into the ruck, they've moved Mills onto Nellis, and it just looks like Nellis is going to have a bit too much athleticism for Mills. We saw he had to illegally impede him then, and I think we're going to see more of that as the day goes on. Pricey, your thoughts?
Well, I think you're going to... I was just basically looking at Goldsmith coming up into the ruck there, and you're robbing Peter to pay Paul, because Goldsmith up forward for Southport is at least that effective target. The lack of a ruckman is the thing that's going to kill him in the end here. I think as Goldsmith goes up against Pettit, Pettit gets it forward for Aspley. Good clearance work there was with the Southport Sharks. It now ends up with Nick Burton on the outer side. He's got a runner. It's Goldsmith who gets away from Lucy, takes the ball just before half forward. It's stagnant in front. He has a couple of short leads. Copeland is the loose for Aspley out back, and the ball gets lobbed basically directly at that man. He drops the mark, picked up there by Hill, scrubs it forward. Oh, it just evades all scoring opportunities over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in right next to the point post.
Well, it looks like that's going to be the change today. Hill, who's normally been their fullback's gone forward because obviously he can't really move a backman between the ruck and back, so he's going to go forward, and it'll be him and Goldsmith taking on the ruck duties for Southport.
They've certainly had to throw their personnel around as Hill and Pettit gets the tap down. Matthews tackled. Did he dispose of it correctly? Umpires called there was a push in the back, and it will go to Matthews. The free kick to Aspley, and they should be away here. He sells a dummy, but they will clear the ball through Thompson.
Matthews played on dangerously there. Mills with a good spoil. It's going to end up with Lucy. Troutman and Lucy. Lucy does well, gets his hands on it, handball over the top. A lot of players there, a bit of congestion. But they've done well. Day, cheeky little handball. Gives it to Toy. He goes wider than that. Down the line. Oh, that's a strong mark. I think it is Turner. So he turns onto his left to the advantage of Joyce, Joyce puts it through. Henry Joyce, and they're able to kick away. Now it's a 2-goal lead. That was a great kick by Turner.
Certainly was, Will. They'd emptied out their forward 50, just Turner put it out in front of the guys running back in, and Joyce, simple goal from the goal line, just tapped it through. That's another move that Aspley's got up their sleeve today now with Southport no recognised ruckman. Aspley still has the 2 big fellas in Turner and Pettit, and to throw one of them forward, there's no one in the Southport lineup who can go with them physique-wise.
I think we can well and truly rule Brewer out. We have not seen him moving around on the bench at all, so I think we can pencil that one in as a loss of a player for Southport.
And that's a big shame, because he did show some big physical signs early on in the game, and has certainly robbed the match of a really good competition with the ruckman. The umpire from the far end of the centre square has pulled out the free kick. We'll go to the Southport Sharks. We'll go to Collison. Collison's got a couple on the lead. Kick drops a little bit short. It's Clark, picks it up. He's just dumped by Stiller. Ball stuck underneath. Now Stiller has the ball. Umpire will ball it up just forward of the centre circle, with Aspley leading by 2 straight goals. Southport hanging in gamely after losing a bit of key personnel. Punched forward by Pettit. It's bouncing kindly for Stiller. Stiller onto the left shoe. Sainsbury takes a strong mark.
Well,
40
Pricey,
metres out.
that was Clark Keating-esque from Pettit, wasn't it? Just smashing the ball forward. And that's what he's going to have plenty of opportunities to do today. He's just got such a big size advantage. And now we see Sainsbury, who Keller's done a pretty good job on today, lining up for his second goal, I believe.
Yeah, second goal of the day if he pots this through. He had 7 last week. He's best on ground. 40 games for North Melbourne in his career, the 30-year-old. Eddie Sainsbury comes in from 40 metres. He lets go. And it just fades left, so disappointing finish, 1 behind results. So it's Aspley 5-5-35, play Southport 3-4-22.
He's strong at the head, isn't he, Eddie Sainsbury? You don't want to give him too much space. That's a bad kick. Pope can't gather it, but well gathered, backed up there by Tyne. So Pope gets the ball back, couple of handballs, tries to take on the tackle, a bit of a shimmy, holding the ball. Very good tackle by Daniel Smith. And he's going to have a shot for goal. In very difficult pocket here. I think he's going to face a fair bit of wind.
That's a perfect case for coaching there, is watch the hips. And he tried to put on the little move, the little shimmy, the dance move, and Smith read that beautifully and just nailed him on the spot.
So Daniel Smith doesn't go for a snap, bit of a drop punt. Oh, he's drilled it. Can you believe that? Daniel Smith, what a reward for effort. What a brave kick from there, a drop punt.
Don't see that too often, do we, Will, anymore? The players tend to favour the snaps, but we just saw, I think we say Smith, the traditionalist approach to goal kicking, just went back, opted for the drop punt and just brought it back really nicely on the angle there. It was a terrific kick for goal.
And a great piece of play there by young Smith, who comes off onto the interchange bench as we speak. Nailed that perfect tackle, and then what a kick from that pocket. So 19 points the lead for Aspley. 6-5 plays 3-4 with about 17 gone here in the second term. Hope you're enjoying the coverage here on NEFL TV. Ball bounced in the middle. Holman for Aspley picks it up, shoots the handball out wide. It evades Toy. Ball stuck underneath now. It's Matthews. Matthews shoots a handball forward now to Lucy. Lucy, little 9-iron lob. He puts it into the path of a teammate. Nicely cut off by Grayson for Southport. Down the wing, he finds a teammate in Burton, and they should bring it across half-back. They do. Collison has it now for the Sharks. A little bit stagnant in front, Will, as Collison has the ball.
Well, defensive handball backwards. There's not much happening. Long kick down the line. Goldsmith needs to take a mark. He can't. Oh, that's a poor handball. Intercepted by Southport, so Pope in the middle. Takes on the tackler. Is that gone? It is. Pope once again. He's had 2 holding the balls in about 2 minutes. So Aspley with the ball. Todd Grayson playing a bit of a lone hand in defence for Southport, having to do all the rebounding so far. That was Toy. Aspley with the ball on the outer wing. Big kick inside 50. Plenty of height. But that's too easy for Goldsmith. So he's playing in the ruck, drifting down back, drifting up forward. He's got a big role today.
You mentioned it earlier. He has got a good set of hands. When he clunks it, he can really clunk a good grab. Puts himself under pressure there. They're the Sharks. They're under enormous pressure bringing the ball out here. That's a sloppy kick now. Stiller could have been taken high. No, gets rid of the ball. More physicality. The ball stuck underneath several players. Matthews grabs it, stands up, gets the handball to Stiller. Curls it around beautifully to Sainsbury, who plays on, runs in and dribbles through his second, and Aspley 7th, 7-5, 47. Plays 3-4-22. 25 points the margin now, Liam.
Yeah, it's starting to get away from Southport, and I think this is going to be the pattern of play for the rest of the day. They've just got a number of guys who are down. We haven't seen the is Tyne back out there? He's been running around, but clearly affected, and also Brewer, who's not going to take no further part. could be entering pizzling territory in a short while, Pricey.
Well, we've got a long way to go.
Let's just calm down for a second.
20 minutes,
4-goal lead.
20 minutes gone in the second term. You've got 4 goals, 1 as the lead. But you'd have to say that Southport, with all the work to do, as they would say, in the following 2.5 quarters.
Definitely. And Sainsbury becomes the first multiple goal scorer for Aspley, kicking his second. A turnover from Jason Burge, uncharacteristic from him. So Hill wins a tap down. Colson's going to chase after it, but it's won by Matthews. Umpire sees another free kick. The free kick count is killing Southport this quarter. They've got to tighten up. So Matthews plays on. Kicks it to Hughes, goes over his head, so Grayson once again forced to mop up. He's got Pope in defence. Pope goes back to Grayson, performs a shepherd. Kick inside 50, another poor disposal. Big tackle there from Thompson. Wells tries to pick up the loose ball. Gets his hands on it. Once again, it's pretty contested, pretty scrappy. And we'll have a bounce inside the centre square.
And although Grayson missed the target there, it showed a bit more positive signs from Southport. Looked to go through the middle. So I think we need to see more of that. They're not going to win the game by this short, stagnant build-up play. They're going to need to take the game on and be really attacking from now on.
Turner versus Hill in the ruck. I'll give that one to Hill. He did well, slacked it back towards Southport defence. It was Pope who dived in. Did he dive in and accept the ball? He did, but the umpire said was taken high. So we'll take the free kick at left half back. Southport just hanging in there at the moment. They're trailing by 25 points. Ball out to the outer wing. It's a nice running mark there taken by McCanch. Plays on. Looks to spear a pass. A little bit too delicate for Baxter. Gets away from him. Aspley defence have it covered. Ball's going to end up with Austin Lucy. Gets it out to Hutchinson. Hutchinson's got a lead. He hits him on the tip. That's Jack Stanley, 70 metres out at right half forward. Stanley, long inside 50. Here's Stella. Oh, couldn't quite accept the mark. It's picked up by Holman. Can't accept the ball. Was taken without it. Southport defence could have got away with one there. Dodged the bullet. And it's taken away by Shreve, who has it at the right back pocket.
The Aspley bench did not like that one at all, and I don't blame them.
But Will, just on a side note, how good is Hutchinson in full flight?
Oh,
graceful.
Dashing from Hutchinson down the wing. So Shreve, Grayson can't take the grab. Follows up his loose ball. This one should travel over, and it does. So it's an interesting interesting argument with this ruck situation. I think Hill is battling pretty meh so far, but like you said, it's robbing Peter to pay Paul. I think that's where they're really struggling because they're having to use their big players in areas that they're not accustomed to. So Aspley win this one inside 50. Wild handball. It's going to end up with Lucy. Good hands out the back. Oh, Aspley should be able to find a target here. Stanley. He doesn't want to kick it himself, so he kicks it back, and Hutchinson, the dashing Hutchinson, is going to have a shot from about 50 metres out, almost directly in front.
Well, it was just a strange passage of play, wasn't it? The wild handball, which found Lucy somehow 25 metres out from goal all by himself. Ended up with Stanley, who didn't know what to do with the ball. Eventually found Hutchinson, who'll go back and line up his second goal.
So Michael Hutchinson, should be a chance from here. He's got the distance covered, but not the accuracy, so he kicks it behind, taking it to 7-6-48, leading Southport 3-4-22. It's a 26-point lead halfway through this second quarter. Kick out by Southport. It's well taken by Jake Keller. He's got Shreve, but it's negative footy from Southport.
There's no movement, is there? Not at the moment.
So Shreve goes back to Keller. He has to go back on the mark.
They're also kicking into the teeth of the wind at the moment, so Aspley kicking with that wind in the second term.
So you just think a bit of damage control at the moment, Pricey.
Just slowing it down a bit, but the ball spills forward for Aspley again. Oh, gee, meeting it hard was Kello. He was taken high. Met well by Sainsbury, but just too high illegally, and the free kick goes to the Sharks. The handball from Tyne, out wide to Grayson, back to Tyne. Getting a little bit of run now, and that's what they need to do. Long to left half forward. Good contest, but that's only the Aspley boys who keep their feet. Matthews gets the handball back. It's got to end up with Hutchinson, who's gathering the possessions, moving beautifully as well, like a gazelle on the left foot. How's that for a beautifully weighted kick? French accepted it nicely. There's a lead on French. Sainsbury just waited at the back to see whether Keller would drop the mark. And guess what? He didn't. So Eddie doesn't get the ball.
Keller's been terrific today. He did a massive job on Daniel Zufa last week. It was terrific there, and now he's got the job on Sainsbury, and I'd say he's edging that contest at the moment.
But Southport just cannot get it outside of their defensive half. But like you said, Liam, Keller had to take that mark, and he did. He and Grayson have been...
Well, he's just got a willingness to take that front position, and he often gets rewarded for it. He backed in his own ability, and it came off again there.
So Goldsmith, Salter, well tackled by Holman. Umpire elects to throw it up just inside Aspley's forward 50.
Takes a bit of bravery to hold that front position too, Liam, in a defensive role.
So that's one down by Pettit. Southport win this one out. Burton handballs wide to Pope. He runs through the corridor. He's got a target. Bushy Copeland gets his hand on it, but Shreve picks up the loose ball. Well done by Day. Chicken a left foot kick. Here's Smith. He can play on. Targets are plenty. Into the pocket. Should be taken. And it is. So we're going to have another shot for goal for Aspley. This is going to be Matt Payne. Yet to kick a goal today.
And Price, we've seen Matt Payne spend the majority of his time forward today from Aspley. It's just a luxury to have a guy who we know is a star of the NEAFL competition just resting in that forward line.
Just having a nice relaxing day as the dual Grogan medalist. He's currently running second in the NEAFL MVP voting as well. He's a lot quieter today.
Yeah, and he's in no rush to take this kick either, is Matt Payne. Oh, how about that?
There's your class. Right there.
How about for skillful footy from Matt Payne. And that was just too easy for Aspley.
Well, he was just all by himself, wasn't he? Just no one on him, no one within cooey of him, and just took the simple mark and went back and did what he needed to do, slotted the goal. Margin is really starting to get away from Southport.
So we've had 5 goals for in this quarter to 2 behinds. So it's a complete domination of the second term.
So perhaps a bit of a scoring into the left side of the screen.
Well, definitely favoured by the wind, as we've discussed a couple of times. It comes in certain waves and patches where it's a little bit stronger in certain patches, but it is definitely favouring the left of screen overall, and Aspley taking full advantage of that here in the second term. They are leading by 32 points. Umpire bangs it down in the middle. Hill versus Pettit. Give that one to Hill. He slaps it forward. It's taken by Matthews for Aspley. He's immediately claimed by Pope, and the ball stuck underneath. We'll do it all again. There'll be a ball up. Very vocal, the Aspley bench in front, still barking the instructions to their...
Well, I think the call was for red time, so they've got the lead now. They just want to maintain that heading into the half-time break.
No easy goals to be let in red time. That is the mantra. Mellon gets it forward for Southport. It's cut off there by Ryan Thompson. He goes across half-back, sees Henry Joyce. Now, Joyce has got a man running, and that's the big ruckman in Pettit. He put in the work there. Nice kick, well on at that lead. Pettit takes the mark, kicks it inside 50. Sainsbury tries to get rid of his opponent. Ball will be in dispute. It's with Nellis now. Picks it back up. Gets it to Sainsbury. Sainsbury from the pocket to the goal square. What's he done? Oh, you're kidding me, Eddie Sainsbury. That is a ripping goal from the right forward pocket, right on the boundary at the clubhouse end, and puts Aspley further in front. 9-6-60, plays 3-4-22.
Well, unfortunately for Jake Keller, he probably thought he'd done all he could. He'd hemmed him into the boundary line, but just when you've got a player with the silky skills of Eddie Sainsbury, you can never count them out from anywhere. He just some of the things he does is just it's amazing what he can do with footy.
You've got 40 games AFL experience, Central Districts in South Australia. He's been around the traps. He's 30 years old, and he knows what to do when he gets anywhere near the big sticks. That's his 3rd for the day, so 7 last week, following up in good form.
So Eddie Sainsbury's 3rd goal puts them out to a 38-point lead, if you can believe it. It was pretty tight at quarter time. Aspley kicking away, and there's the siren in the hands of Day. Aspley, that was just dominant, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, guys, I think we might see a continuation of that in the second half. I just can't see how Southport are going to get them back themselves back in the game with the injuries they've got and just the lack of personnel today.
38 points the margin at half-time here at Graham Road, Aspley. It is the Hornets over the Southport Sharks. Eddie Sainsbury is the multiple goal scorer with 3. All the rest are singles for the Hornets. You've got Baxter, who's kicked a couple for the Sharks. But as I say, 9-6-60 plays 3-4-22. It might get a little ugly here, but I'm sure we'll be able to bring you all of the action here at Graham Road, Aspley.
Well, An interesting stat is that 3 goals have been kicked to the right of the screen and 9 to the left. So let's hope for the sake of a good contest that Southport are able to capitalise on the scoring in the second half. But I tell you what, I'm not very confident.
Well, we'll see what happens. We'll be back with the second half very shortly here on NEFL TV. The Aspley Hornets currently over the Southport Sharks by 38 points at half-time. Welcome back to Graham Road, Aspley. This is round 11, near full action. The Aspley Hornets versus the Southport Sharks at half-time. Aspley held sway 9-6-60 to 3-4-22. Eddie Sansbury, the multiple goal scorer for the Hornets with 3, and Baxter with 2 for the Southport Sharks. I'm Michael Price. Joining me in commentary, Will Ralston. The special comments from near full writer Liam Dettering, and the umpire has raised the ball in his hands. Will will call the action for you.
So hopefully a bit more of a competitive quarter from Southport. Bit of aggression out there so far. He's seen a free kick. It's an Aspley free kick. So that's going against Luke Shreve. He was getting a bit tussly out there on the wing. So the free kick is going to Henry Joyce.
Somehow the greater advantage is bringing the ball wide of the centre circle.
So Joyce intercepted by Pope. So they really need the first goal, Southport. He's got a teammate in Weller. He goes in ball. That's a good kick to Geary. Over his head, just takes the mark. In the fingertips, directing some traffic, Geary. That's been touched. So it's going to fall short. Pope's on the end of it, as is Goldsmith. Bit too low for him. That's well done by Gavin Gross. Sees it over the boundary line and we'll have a throw in.
Bit of experience there from Gavin Gross. Of course, he was on Port Adelaide's list. No AFL games though, a couple of years though, Gavin Gross. But the ball's now with Southport, picked up nicely there by Geary, who unleashes from 40, hits the post. One behind result, so at least Southport getting on the board early here in the third term.
It would have been the perfect start for them.
3-5-23 plays 9-6-60. Aspley still holding sway. Gross brings the ball in. That's a prodigious kick towards Turner. Big fly from Grayson, and he gathers his own ball. Good second effort from Grayson. He gets held up, and there'll be a ball up at half forward.
Gross has just got a huge leg though, doesn't he?
Oh, massive.
Kicking into the wind. Got it to the edge of the centre square.
Sharks looking lively as Geary gets the ball back inside 50. Defence for Aspley holds sway though, and that's Hutchinson who takes the ball.
So Hutchinson has pain. Even wider, he's got his teammate in Joey Gay, so he can play on. Raking left foot. Burton's there, should intercept, and he does. Big impact. So this is Hill. Good kick there, inboard, he's got Troutman, play on. So back inside 50, Southport with a bit more energy this so far. Copeland able to pick up the spoiled ball. Turner, handballs back, loose to Gross.
Good pressure.
Pope applies a bit of pressure and that's going to travel out of bounds on the full. So a few skill errors early from Aspley. Southport on the front foot. So Luke Shreve. He's got a target, but can't hit it. Oh, it's a good tackle. Aspley under the pump. Pope picks it up. He's got a few players there in Mallon. He enters forward 50 now. Goldsmith inside forward 50, takes a good mark, and let's hope for Southport's sake he can pop through the first goal of the third quarter.
And it was orchestrated there by probably two of Southport's better players today. Pope's been terrific, and Andy Mallon's really bounced back after last week's performance. He's been terrific in close, and not the most conventional kicking style, but it just fell nicely there for Goldsmith on the lead.
All these forward entries hovering as they enter, and that hovers as well. The wind playing a bit of havoc for Southport early on in this third quarter. We're 3 minutes in. Aspley 9-6-60 still leading Southport 3-6-24 as Aspley rebound.
Ball comes back in. Stanley's the fly. The double grab, in fact. Umpire pays the mark. Long right foot kick towards half forward. Well read there by the Southport defence in Wade Mills. Gets the handball over to Collison. Collison, nice kick to the outer wing. Again, playing with more purpose, the Southport Sharks in this third term, moving the ball quickly and hitting their targets. McCann wants to go back to Mills. Mills now neglects to go the full switch, goes back to the outer side. Collison now wants to get the 1-2, did well. Goes down the corridor, it's a long kick inside 50 and not just misjudging it there was Josh Baxter. Nicely done by Hutchinson, who's been very good for the Aspley defence as they come out again. It's the young fella in Liam Dawson now who has a bounce.
Dawson, it's a poor kick, Mallon's there. Needs to gather this one, and he does. Evades a tackle like he usually does pretty well. Back to the hotspot. They need to take a mark, Southport, and they can't get anyone there. So that's going to be Clark with the ball. Tackled strongly. Umpire calls into play on. Handball comes out. Goldsmith, grub a little kick. Pope in the pocket. Pope outside of the foot. Just tucks it in for a behind. So they've had all the ball, all the inside 50s, and all the scoring shots so far, but yet to register a major.
Well, this is what the game needed, was Southport to come out. Well, of course, they lost their big ruckman Brewer after the first half. There's a poor kick in there. Southport playing on quickly, and it's with Clark in the forward pocket. So the poor kick in held up in the breeze a bit, and that was nice ball work to get it to Clark in the right forward pocket. So Southport with another shot on goal, albeit a difficult one. They are peppering at the moment.
Well, we've seen Aspley tuck in some goals from these difficult angles. It's not impossible at this end, but the breeze is tricky.
So Clark, who is the late inclusion, Adam Clark, started on the bench from 25 metres out, tight angle, and hits the post. One behind result. So they've scored 4 behinds to start this third quarter, have the Sharks. They've started well.
Can you believe that hitting the post? So accuracy really playing a role now. 3-8-26 are Southport. Long kick by Gross once again. Day can't grab his hands on it.
And we're just seeing what happened with Southport in that second quarter. They just can't clear their defensive end. It's been locked in Southport's forward half, and they really need to get some reward for all the possession they've had.
So if you missed the first half, Mitch Brewer went down early. So Southport down a ruckman. Weller. Hines' kick was smothered strongly, and so it's another ball in just where we had it. So ball in, it's going to be Darren Stewart rucking against Pettit. Contested ball, Mallon's underneath. Ball up just forward of the centre square for Southport.
So 34 points the margin, the Hornets leading it, 6.5 minutes gone. Third term, Hill at Graham Road, Aspley, Neefle TV, it's round 11. Pettit went up for the fly. Now Southport should get the ball. They do so, and it will go back inside forward 50. Here's the big sit there. Oh, punch from Gross. Gets it away from Goldsmith. So Aspley will rebound. Hutchinson, little chipping ball, misses Joyce. Nicely picked up there by Shreve. Gets the ball forward. It's going to go over the head of Pope, though. We'll get a ball in about 70 metres from the Southport goal. This is the definite scoring end of the ground. Southport putting on the pressure early in the third term. Pettit misses the ball, picked up by Matthews. Could have disposed of that illegally. Geary kicks it long inside 50. Gross with the set, takes the juggling effort. Nice defensive mark from Gavin Gross. Lifted his work rate early in the third term here as well. Maybe he has to. The ball's hitting him a hell of a lot more. As Reece Toy takes it for the Hornets. Matthews at right half back. They want to move it quickly. Gets the handball across to Dawson, long down the line. Big fly from Nellis. Beautifully rowed front and centre from Regan Salter. Gets the handball away. Pressure on there from the Aspley defence as the Sharks want to move it forward. And Collison has the ball in front of the commentary box.
Beautifully done by Burton to get around the boundary line there and just finds a kick to Collison. So this is Stewart. Switches play. He's got a teammate in Keller, and even further, he's got Tyne. He can take the mark. Inboard is Burton once again. So they really need to capitalise soon, Southport. This quarter's going to get away from them because this is well and truly the scoring end. Collison again. He's got plenty of targets short if he wants them, but I think he wants to go longer. Has to go to Wells. Oh, and he can play on. Poorly done by Hughes, overran it. Pope. Can't take the grab, should get his hands on it. Flicks the ball out. Now this is Wells just outside 50 on his left. Puts it with plenty of height, that's on target. Goldsmith's at the feet of it. Pushing the back, yes! So Goldsmith, only 5 metres out, he should definitely kick the first goal of the quarter. And you feel like they had to get one.
Well, again, he's being held down underneath the ball to give Gross that free jump in defence, but Goldsmith providing the target up forward. This is the kind of target they missed in that second term.
I think that a lot of that came from the Adam Hughes missed spoil. I know the coaching box on the right were very disappointed with that because it gave Southport the luxury of playing on and entering with pace. Oh, he starts it very right, but it's straight enough. So Goldsmith, he's able to kick his first goal of the game. Jake Goldsmith.
Well, Will, you mentioned he just overcommitted there, and it's the break Southport needed because they were, again, really slow, stagnant ball movement. They moved the ball back into the corridor, but then just no run from behind, chipping it around again, and just with the overcommitment there, it straightened them up. They were able to run forward, get the long kick in, and were rewarded with a free kick to Goldsmith, who finished off there to kick Southport's first of the quarter after a run of behinds, Pricey.
Yeah, run of behinds, 4 behinds to start the quarter, and then that goal. So all of the scoring is happening to your left of screen. That's the clubhouse end here at Graham Road, Aspley. And the wind just picking up a little bit as well, which would aid the Southport Sharks. They're trailing by 28 points as the ball goes down the middle. It was the big fly, but it was the big fist forward by Pettit that got it forward for Aspley to their half forward line. Joyce dives on the ball, gets it out. Southport under pressure now. That was Burge, the captain. He's tackled, trying to get the ball out of defensive 50, and we'll have a ball up at half forward for the Aspley Hornets. Headed again. Good jump there from Darren Stewart. I'll claim that as the tap. Tyne trying to control the ball. Sharks do have it. Chipping pass is going to miss the target. Joey Day injects himself for Aspley. Kicks it forward. Sainsbury just with the one mitt. Couldn't control it. Ball hits the deck. It's in dispute again. Southport defence under all sorts of pressure, but they win the day, and that's nicely done by McCansh down the line. Aspley with the numbers though. Pope, will he hold the ball up? He does well. He holds it up, he grabs it. He's tackled and wins himself a free kick in a 3-on-1. That's a ripping effort from Fraser Pope right in front of the commentary box, Will.
Beautiful Fraser Pope. That was great footy. Really up against it. So they need to win those sort of contests, Southport, if they're going to get back into this game. That's a wonderful kick. Goldsmith wheels around. He's got his teammate in Baxter there, and he takes a strong contested mark in front of Michael Hutchinson. Now that's the sort of link-up they need.
And that's what I was talking about way back in the first quarter with Baxter. That's the situation he wants to get Hutchinson in. He doesn't want him on the lead. He wants him in that one-on-one to use that body strength he has, because the kick initially wasn't to his advantage, but just read the ball really cleverly in the air, worked his way to the right spot and took the grab.
So he's a very dangerous marking forward option in Josh Baxter. And he puts it through. He's kicked his third. We might just have a game in our hands. It is 9-6-60. Aspley still leading Southport 5-8-38. But all of a sudden they're chipping away at this lead, and if they can keep up this intensity, this last quarter could become very interesting.
And all on the back of that great work in front of us here from Fraser Pope. Won the ball out, and they move it down there and get the goal that they desperately wanted. Puts the pressure right back on the Hornets now. 12 minutes gone of the third term. Still got a 22-point lead, but Southport with a bit of the momentum and, of course, kicking towards the scoring end left of screen.
So we're 12 and a half minutes into this third quarter. The lead now 22 points. If Southport can kick the next couple, the heat's very good. It's definitely going to be turned up on the Hornets.
Ball, sorry, mate. Ball down in the middle. It's Turner. Turner slaps it down. Again, taken immediately. As soon as you get a ball in the midfield here, you know you've earned it because you're tackled by at least 2 or 3 of the opposing players. Turner will take it for Aspley again. Holman on the left foot kicks it to centre half forward. Letting it bounce. And Mills was just thrown aside there by Nellis, and will take the obvious free kick. So Wade Mills will have it at centre half back for the Southport Sharks.
So now it's Southport winning all the free kicks. Handball to Collison. Mallon's out wide. He wheels around, plays on, sends it inside 50. Few targets there, can't take a mark. Baxter's at the feet of it. Hutchinson takes him on. It's a good rebounding effort from Aspley. Back to Hutchinson, brilliantly done. Like a gazelle once again. He's got a target wide, it's Nellis, but chopped off by Grayson. Turned over, Hill. Tries to get the hands free, that's a throw. Oh! He took his time, the umpire. He had to give a free kick.
I think he heard you, Will.
Hill doesn't like it, but mate, that's holding the ball every day of the week.
He had the sudden realisation, he's throwing the ball up to pay this on.
Nellis hits Sainsbury. Sainsbury 3 goals so far. They're only multiple goal kickers, so Holman. Umpire says play on. It's a good kick onto the chest of Stanley, and he can put it inside 50.
So Stanley still 70 metres from goal. Southport with the numbers back inside defensive 50, so Stanley's going to put it to the hot spot. There's going to be a big fly here. Southport with the numerical advantage. Intercepted. Lucy picked the back pocket of Wells and ran into an open goal. Kicked it for Aspley. Well, that was a birthday gift almost. 10-6-66 to Aspley. Southport 5-8-38 here at Graham Road, Aspley.
Well, Lucy, the pickpocket there, just came in quiet as you like, stole the ball and kicked an easy goal. Bit disappointing though for Southport to concede a goal like that. Looked like if they had got that handball out there away there from the back line, and yeah, Lucy just managed to stroll in.
It's a shame. They did have the numbers there. They were well set up defensively. Ball hit the deck, and it was just a matter of sharing it via hand. But that intercept, as you say. And Austin Lucy, his eyes were like saucers when that
one
happened.
of the classic examples of an opposition player perhaps calling for the ball?
I'd like
just
to
heard
see
the voice and dished out.
It maybe happened, Liam.
So Austin Lucy, like a ghost, steals his first goal of the game. Back out to a 28-point lead. But still Southport doing all the attacking. In front of Goldsmith, gives it to Troutman, and he's got a loose man. It's a well-directed kick. Clark there, reads the spoil well. Chip around the corner, wants Pope. Gets him, and he claims the mark. Well done, Fraser Pope. It could be an instant reply here.
Really clever kick too from Clark there, just to let him run onto it. Perfectly weighted.
So Pope having a big court. He hasn't kicked a goal today, but he's set up a few.
And that's just the other thing Fraser Pope gives you. He's such a hard worker. He pushes forward and back, and hopefully now he gets the chance to finish off his hard work.
So he deserved a goal, Fraser Pope, to bring it back to 22 points. Oh, he's missed. Oh, that hurts. That really hurts Southport.
Tell you what, if they end up losing by 2 or 3 goals, it's this passage of play here where they haven't capitalised on their opportunities that's going to come back to hurt them.
And we've seen it before this season from Southport. Oh, that's a big mark. Towering mark by Stewart from the Copeland kick, and he's got Clark out wide in the pocket. Has a shot for goal and he nails it. 7-point play, Southport. So his first of the day. The late inclusion, Adam Clark, brings it back to a 21-point lead. So maybe that Fraser Pope miss won't be as costly as we first thought.
And something you see time and time again with the zones now from kick-ins that teams employ. Just when the ball turns over, the opposition has loose men everywhere, and it was the case there. Clark, all by himself, about 40 metres out from goal, ran in all the time in the world and nailed it, as you said, Will.
I don't think I did Darren Stewart justice there. He took a beautiful mark over his own teammate. And just that intercept, they were able to capitalise, and all of a sudden, 21-point lead, 3.5 goals, Pricey.
Well, 17 minutes gone in this third term. Southport with the 15 scoring shots, only one behind Aspley in that regard, but trailing by the 21 points. Umpire bangs it down. Hill, who's done really well in the ruck since being thrown in there, gets it down to Mallon. Mallon towards half forward. Southport with the tails up a bit. Picked up by Payne. Back to Copeland. Shoots the handball to Lucy. He's got a runner now. That was Hannaford. Hannaford down the outer wing. Oh, nice bit of defensive work from Sainsbury, but it was front on. Lucky to avoid a free kick, but Holman gets it at half forward. Just inside 50, unleashes with the left boot. Nellis has the set, shepherds it through. Oh, good body work from Mills. Fortuitous bounce from Southport, but the handball, very dangerous, puts his teammate under pressure. Matthews extricates the ball. Could have been a push in the back there. The umpire says no. Lucy, handball back to Payne. From 40, scrubbing kick forward. Nellis.
Oh, plucked it.
Hughes. It's Hughes. Sorry, Hughes takes it inboard, and that's Sainsbury. No, Hughes will take the mark. A little bit too far away. Near the glasses on, lads. I thought it was Nellis.
I don't understand the obsession here, though, with lining them up. If he's played on, just let him play on. Don't see why they have to bring him back around.
So,
it's not like he was gaining any advantage in terms of having a shot.
Hughes. Oh, look at that. Just goes back and curls it around and takes that mark. Well, what a brilliant shot for goal from Adam Hughes after taking that mark.
Lost for words for us.
Absolutely magnificent work there. No, I was struck by the fact I thought it was Nellis who took the mark, but it was Adam Hughes. Took it. The umpire wouldn't let him play on. He just popped it back in and said, I'll just curl one around with the right shoe from 30.
And that was terrifically called there, Pricey. Just another errant handball in that back 50. Just threw it out. Aspley had all their players set up behind the ball, able to get the kick forward. Hughes took an exceptional mark and went back from an impossible angle. We've seen it twice today with Aspley players. The first occasion, obviously, Smith went back straight on, but Hughes showed us the other way to do it. Just a clever snap extends Aspley's lead again.
It's a really professional footy from Aspley. Every time Southport try to get their noses in front, they're able to kick back. It's a strong tackle. Back out to a 27-point lead here at Graham Road in Aspley. Ball up, Hill and Pettit. Hill wins it down. Well done there by Lucy. Handball was spot off. Robbie Copeland out of mid-air. Smith runs for it. Tyne as well. Little bounce. So that's going to be right in front of us here again. So ball in. Hill and Pettit once again. Oh, could have been a free kick against Hill. Hill does well. Burrowing out of that contest, but it's a ball in. Right in front of the wing position. Bit of tussle there.
Didn't like it, the big fella. He's remonstrating against young Matthews. Now he's remonstrating so hard he missed the ruck contest. Pettit got the tap down to Lucy. Meanwhile, Hill's still having a crack at the back. And he's given away a free kick for some high contact. So Matthews sucking the big boy in there.
It's pretty ill discipline there from Hughes. He even missed the ruck contest. He was too busy engaging in that tussle.
But I'll tell you what, the kick from Matthews wasn't much better, and he sprays it. He kicked it out of bounds on the full. So Southport with the free kick, and it's going to go to Grayson. He's battling very hard in defence. Kicks it long down the line. Copeland with the decisive fist towards the boundary line. Hutchinson, who's been active all day, onto the left foot. That's a dodgy-looking chip kick. Collison injects himself for Southport. Takes the mark on centre wing. Sees something he likes and bangs it towards a teammate, and that was Baxter, who was dealt with harshly. The ball was already gone over his head. He wasn't going to mark it, but was belted there and actually cops a free kick about 40 metres out directly in front.
I don't think the Aspley bench liked that free kick, but if that's a free kick, I don't know what is.
Well, as I say, he wasn't going to mark it. He wasn't ever going to mark the ball. The ball was kicked over his scone, but he copped the high contact and made the umpire notice it as much as he possibly could as well. So.
Also, that play set up again there by Collison, who took a save mark. He has been terrific to start this quarter, and I'd say he's been Southport's most consistent player over the last 3 weeks. He's been outstanding for them.
He's been okay today as well. Baxter, the leading goal kicker for the Sharks, with 3. He had 4 last week against Redland. He comes in, he lets go from just on 50. It starts left and stays there. 1 behind results. So 6 goals, 10. 46, plays 11-6-72 here at Graham Road. 26 points the margin in favour of the Hornets.
Well, that's the difference now, isn't it? Just a bit of accuracy letting them down. Pettit did well to get front position, but he drops the mark. I think he's in trouble on the bench here.
Possibly just rolled it coming down. I'm not sure how you saw that, Will.
He's still out there. Still able to run around a bit, but he's definitely labouring. So the bench says let him play for a bit, and that's what it looks like he's going to do. So Pettit and Hill. Ball in on the forward flank for Southport. Shove out from Hill, gets away with it. Very strong tackle there from
There's some feeling in this game now. A lot of niggle coming into it.
Well, the tackling pressure from both sides has been pretty much on the money all day. So they've been right up each other's platter, so to speak. So yeah, the tensions will lift as we go towards the last quarter.
23 minutes gone in this third quarter. Well done by Collison. Blind handball to Geary. Doubles back. Strong tackle. Could be gone, and he is. Well done by Smith.
Not sure about the look-away handball option from Collison there.
They needed the kick.
Smith long towards the half-forward line for the Hornets. That was a really well-judged mark taken by Darren Stewart. Sharks off now. That was through Lachlan Weller. Kicks it out towards Pope, battling on the ground. Ball stuck underneath there. The Aspley coach's box imploring the umpire to notice that the Sharks player needed to make an effort to get rid of the ball, but he was covered by players. Pope gets up with it, and we will have a ball up on the outer wing. The Hornets leading by 26 points, 24 minutes gone, third term. Sharks with the decisive hit out. Burton, that's kicked forward by the Hornets. Ball hits the deck at half forward. Nicely handball to Payne. Payne, a delicate kick, wants to chip it into the path of French. He just taps it forward. Southport defence have got this covered through Stephen Tyne, and it's a bit of an anticlimax. Over the boundary line, we'll have a throw in left forward pocket for the Hornets.
So, this breeze not being capitalised by Southport. They've done the majority of the attacking. Still a 26-point lead to Aspley at home. Hill gets front position, wins the tap down. Tyne's there, but they're going to run onto it. Payne can't quite get a goal out of it. Did someone kick it? No. Touched on the line. The umpires are going to confer. Definitely touched, says the field umpire. So kick into Collison. He's got a loose man even wider than that. Umpire calls him back. There's a ball on the field apparently.
One of the kids.
A couple of kids behind the goals having a kick. Collison didn't like it. Now is that 50? Umpire missed it, so Goldsmith on the wing, right over his head. It's a poor kick from Collison.
Just hearing Collison's had 8 touches this quarter. So just shows how much impact he's had. He's been everywhere.
So we're into red time here in the third term, with the Hornets leading by 27 points. Throw in out of side. Goldsmith gets that tap. Slap forward for the Sharks. Again, it's taken by a bunch of players. It'll be stuck underneath the Aspley player there, where he's got Burton laying on him, and the umpire will ball it up right on the point of the centre square. So only been a 2-goal quarter, 2 goals 1 to Aspley in this quarter to 3 goals 6 from the Sharks as they bring it from half back. Goes long down the outer side. Gavin Gross has got his name written all over it. Takes the mark for the Hornets. They had the numbers.
Gross has been good in defence for Aspley, and he's seen a 50 against Wells. That's criminal. So Gavin Gross, the defender, has an unlikely shot for goal here.
Well, if he didn't have that breeze in his face, I'd almost back him here. He's got a prodigious leg as Gavin Gross.
So he'll be kicking from just outside 50.
Still every chance he'll make the distance though. Just accuracy is the only question, I think.
Give him a sniff from here. Players leading for him. He's showing no intention of dishing it off. Gavin Gross. From 52 metres out, on the left, bangs it long, it won't make the distance. Sainsbury's there. Oh, and he snaffled it. And he's going to dish it off backwards. So Ryan Matthews will have the shot for goal. Not much easier than Gross's initial shot, so he dishes it back to Sainsbury. Cheeky football from Aspley.
Strange passage of play though. Sainsbury gave off to Matthews, he gave it straight back to Sainsbury in almost the same position that he'd originally got rid of the ball from.
Sainsbury did well to protect that drop zone then and just ate up that mark.
So Eddie Sainsbury's kicked 3 today. He's kicked a couple of miracle goals. Oh, and that one does enough. 4 for Sainsbury. That was a very impressive kick. He rode the wind to perfection. And now it is out to a 33-point lead, and I think it's just going to slip away from the Sharks here.
And Michael, Sainsbury's been, I would say he's actually been pretty well held today, but he's just one of those players who doesn't need much of the footy to have an impact. He's kicked 4 terrific goals, 3 of them especially. That one, just another example of his class, just rode it in nicely on the breeze.
So you've got to take your chances when you do have the breeze. You guys mentioned it earlier. Southport had all the run of play early in the third term and didn't quite capitalise. Aspley less inside 50s, but they're making them count. That's the main thing. So we're back to, or out to, the 33-point margin late in the third term. Big hit out there from Turner for Aspley. Still fighting Payne as he does through traffic. Gets a kick away, but the ball's taken by Wade Mills at centre half back, who's battled on manfully today. Goes across. It's a dangerous kick, puts his teammate under pressure, but a free kick against the Aspley player for interference. And Jason Burge, the captain, at right half back for the Sharks.
Haven't seen much of Burge today. Bit of a downer for him.
Not a lot of movement ahead forward, but he sees something he likes in Collison. That was a beautifully directed kick. Collison must have hit double figures for possessions by now for this quarter. Gets it forward. Still fairly stagnant, so it's a long bomb inside 50. The big run here. Big fly at the back, a nice mark taken by Darren Stewart.
He's got great hands, Stewart.
And a big leap, very athletic approach to the ball. He sees something there, kicks it long. Copeland straight back into the flight of the ball, punches it away for Aspley, and they'll get it towards the boundary line. Good defensive work from the former Brisbane Lion.
What a professional spoil he has, Robert Copeland. We saw it in the 2003 Grand Final. He blanketed Nathan Buckley that day, for those who can remember that. 11 years ago now.
It's been too long, hasn't it, Will, for the Brisbane
Far
Lions?
too long. Throw in inside forward 50 for Southport. Turner misjudges it. Baxter's there, as is Shreve. Trying to burrow the way through for Aspley. Still have another ball in. Ball up, sorry.
What are numbers around the ball again?
Yeah. Goldsmith for Southport. Turner for Aspley. Wings it down. Well done by Mallon. Picks up the loose ball once again. Bit of a somersault. It's another ball up. So it seems like Southport's dominated the quarter, but they've only reduced the margin by 3 points. And if they were going to win it, they had to win it this quarter. And instead of 6-3, they've kicked 3-6. Mallon puts it to the advantage of Wells. Takes on the tacklers. Handballs back. Is this a chance? Tyne wobbles it towards goal. What's the bounce going to do? Not enough. It's another behind. Another behind. So it's 6-11, 47 now for Southport. Trailing Aspley 12-7, 79.
Oh, Aspley bringing the ball back in quickly. Oh, that's a very dangerous kick. The big fly at the back was French. Dropped what he might have taken, given the fact he got up there in the first place. If umpires pulled out a free kick, it's going to go to Aspley. It's going to go to the big fella in Turner. So Jed Turner uses the left foot, pushes it down the line. This is going to be a fly. Sainsbury got buffeted out of the way. Umpire spotted that, and it'll be a free kick.
Why is that not an advantage?
Umpire called it back. I'll answer that question for you, Will. I need to get into the head of the great green man there as Henry Joyce receives the ball. He sees a lead there. A bit too long for him, but picked up by Stanley
No
from
way.
45 on the boundary line into the goal square. Day, the handball back to Stanley. He dodges, he weaves, he check sides a right foot, and it goes across the face of goal. Out of bounds on the full. It'll be a free kick to Southport in their back pocket, just to relieve some of the pressure very late in the third term.
Probably should have squared it up, Stanley. He had Holman free. Long quarter. About 32 minutes down now. This is going to be Keller deep in defence. Not much happening at all. So it's Aspley, 32-point lead. Long to the corner. Oh, Copeland with a big foot in the back and a spoil. Well done there by Matthews. Handballs back inside 50. Smith picks up a loose ball. Burge to rebound. Does well. He's got Mallon free in front of Sainsbury. Mallon can't take the mark though. That's disappointing. Sainsbury, strong tackle from Mallon, but Hutchinson is there. Matthew Hutchinson.
Michael.
I'll tell you what, I reckon he's had a ripping game off halfback today, Hutchinson. He's been beautiful in the way he's moved with the ball. Henry Joyce at centre halfback now. He sees Gavin Gross. Just makes it. Gross takes a ripping mark right on the three-quarter time siren. A much improved effort from the Southport Sharks there, but their accuracy not a great factor for them at this stage. Aspley 12-7, 79. Southport 6-11, 47. Wasted a few chances in that quarter, Leah.
Well, they've certainly got their work cut out for them in this last quarter, obviously, with Aspley coming home with the breeze. It'll be interesting to see what their game plan is to try and counteract it. It'll involve a lot of running, something they haven't done today. It's been really stagnant ball movement from them, and a bit better that quarter, as you said, Pricey, but it'll be interesting to see how they go in this last quarter.
Will alluded to it earlier, 38 points at half time in favour of Aspley, and 32 points. So Southport 1 goal to the better at three-quarter time. But we'll be back with what we hope will be a ripping final quarter here at Graham Road, Aspley. The Aspley Hornets leading by 32 points here on Neefle TV.
Yeah, I heard that 8 touches. I played cricket with his son.
Welcome back to Graham Road, Aspley. It's round 11. Aspley versus the Southport Sharks here on Nearful TV. At three-quarter time, Aspley Hornets leading by 32 points after an inaccurate third term from Southport, who kicked 3 goals, 7. Michael Price and Will Ralston calling all your action. Liam Dettering with your special comments, and Will Ralston will get you started here in the final term here on Nearful TV.
Hope you're enjoying the call. We've got a text from viewer Alex Campbell. He's enjoying the call on Nearful TV online. Ball goes up. Geary can't win the clearance. That's another strong contested. Oh, in the back, says the umpire. Well, it's going to be Aspley to win this one first. So this is Matthews. Looks out wide. He's got a target. But it's going to be chopped off there. So that is going to be Weller. Wheels around. Chopped off there. Well done by Austin Lucy. He's been prominent today. I've liked his game. 1 goal so far. So with the wind assistance, Aspley this quarter. Lucy goes down the line. Grayson does very well defensively.
Liked his game today too for Southport.
Yeah.
He's been involved in the thick of it all day. He's been peppered being in the Southport defence.
And I've liked this guy.
Hutchinson can move, can't he?
Can move.
You can imagine him being one of those smooth movers on the dance floor, Hutchinson, as he goes long inside 50. Big fly from Nellis, missed time. Ball goes out the back. Overrunning it there. Southport, now Smith. Smith to Nellis. Nellis dribbles it through. And one behind. Starts scoring proceedings here for Aspley. 12-7-79, play 6-11-47.
I like Smith's presence in the 450 as well. He's got a real Daniel Hanbury about him, the way he moves around that forward pocket. So Southport.
Might be just a touch shorter than Hanbury though,
Yeah.
I think, Will.
Maybe a touch. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. That was time. So if Southport want to crack at this game, they're 33 points down. They've got to kick the first goal and they've got to kick it quickly. Wind just starting to die off. It might not play as prominent a factor as the first 3 quarters. Burge wins the clearance, evades the traffic. Well done by Burge. Can he wheel it around just inside the boundary line? Goldsmith can't take the mark. Well done by Gross. He's been a pillar in defence, Gavin Gross, today.
Well, he has all year, really, Will. He's a terrific one-on-one defender. Booming left foot kick as well. He's just such an important player for Aspley.
So boundary throw in. Well done by Stewart. He's been good in the ruck after the loss of Brewer. So Burge handballs to Tyne. They're going to work this one out. Well done by Keller. Back to Stewart. Down the line. Baxter's there. But, oh, Pope. Did he do enough? No. Hutchinson on the left. Brilliant smother. Well done, Wells. Is that the spark that might just inspire Southport? Because they need something. 5.5 goals down early in this last quarter.
So we'll have a boundary line throw in. Big ruckman go at it. That is Turner who wins it down to Lucy. Lucy scrags as he tries to get the kick away. He butters up, gets the handball to Day. Day to Payne. Payne picks up into the housing allotment behind us. It's going to make its way down the car park, and we will have a free kick to Southport here. It'll be taken by Tyne. Right on the Aspley interchange gate. Sorry, Will.
I thought I was going to catch that one for a moment there.
That was closer to you than it was to the bloke who intended to kick it. Tyne. A lot of movement there, so he just goes as long as he can inside 50. A big pack flies, big score from Copeland. Front and centre was Payne. Well-weighted handball, dangerous to Thompson, but they take the gamble. Matthews now. The handball to young Liam Dawson. Dawson out wide. It's going to end up with Joyce in the guts. Joyce just turns around, puts the afterburners on. Nice handball to Stanley. Stanley lets go, and he doesn't like the kick. As soon as he put it to his shoe, out of bounds on the full.
Was he going for Smith or goal there?
I think he was stuck between both places.
Yeah.
He might have been halfway, having a shot and halfway passing.
Yeah, he just tugged it. So Salter in the back pocket takes a strong mark in front of Holman. Like I said, 4 minutes in, they need one quick, Southport. Salter That's a great mark.
Well, Will, in the game against Redlands last week, we saw them really throw the shackles off when they needed to, so hopefully they can do something similar today as well.
That's a massive contest between two Aspley teammates. Matthews, well-directed kick. Couldn't take the mark, though. Well done by Stanley, is it? Smith, sorry. There's Stanley. The Oracle. I picked him in advance. But gee, I think Stanley was involved in that collision before.
Yeah, he and Hughes came together in that contest and both got up very, very ginger. He was lucky to be standing exactly where that ball was coming because he's a little bit proppy getting to his feet.
And Pricey, tell you one bloke who's been pivotal in this last quarter is Matt Payne, as we all know, but he's just a guy, when he gets the ball, he just looks like he has so much time even when he's in congestion, and he was instrumental again there in that passage of play.
So Stanley yet to kick a goal. We're directly behind him here. We'll ride this one in. And he's drilled it. Well done, Jack Stanley. So he shakes off that ginger contact he had before and becomes another goal kicker for Aspley. They've had, I believe, 10 today.
That's a fair spread of goal kickers, and it just shows you how they're bringing the ball into the forward line, not relying on the one big target. Sainsbury, the bulk of the goal scorer, but everybody else with the singles.
Compare that to 4 for Southport. Their main struggle today has just been inaccuracy. They've kicked 6-11-47, trailing Aspley 13-8-86.
So we'll have it balled up in the middle with Aspley just about to unleash the damn gates, methinks. Open them up. It could be flying through at any minute. They'll propel it forward now. Sainsbury's got to run across half forward. He's disposed of by Collison. Ball dribbles away. Joyce kicks it back into the middle towards Sainsbury, who gathers well and gets the handball back. Nice lead. It was on and there. Hughes accepts it. Turns around. Spears a ball. Oh, the big one-handed effort from Payne. Drags it back down to ground. Ball spills out now. Hornets still looking for extra scoring opportunity. Smith overruns it. Ball stuck underneath several. And we'll have a ball up in the left forward pocket for Aspley.
And Pricey, how about that from Sainsbury though? Just in the one motion, the spin, pirouette and handball. He's just such a classy player.
He's got that experience. He's 30 years old now. He's, as we said before, he's been around. But he's got a wealth of experience behind him as Sainsbury. As the ball gets stuck underneath Smith and another colleague, and we'll have it all over again in the same spot. As you say, the wind has dropped down, so it's probably not favouring the left of screen as much as it has been. Pettit with a beautiful tap. Tyne couldn't control it. Stiller taken high. He ducked. Back to Pettit. Fended.
No way.
On the right foot. The big ruckman. Oh, that would have been a superb effort. Hit the post. Aspley with another behind. So 13-9-87. Play Southport 6-11-47. It's 40 points. The margin was 7 gone in the final term.
We've had some great goals today, but that might have taken the cake if he pulled that off. Long raking kick outside for Southport. Goldsmith there. Another great spoil there from Gross. He's been very prominent, and the Aspley coaching staff really enjoyed that one.
And the kick-ins haven't really worked today at all for Southport, have they? They've just either gone short and been really stagnant, otherwise that long kick, which has just been easy for Aspley to chop off.
Stiller, he's going to have a shot here. Well tackled by Burge. He'll have another shot though. Stiller! Oh, how sad for backing up your own end. Cheney Stiller, the ex-Brisbane Lion, shows a bit of that AFL class. And he tucks through his first of the day, becoming the 11th goal kicker for Aspley.
And Will, earlier in the day when I called it could have been a bit of a shellacking, he told me to hold on, but I think now we're seeing the dam wall has well and truly burst, I think. Aspley's just moving the ball so much better. Looks like Southport are out on their feet at the moment, and just another really classy goal. We've seen, as you said, Will, we've seen a number of them today from Aspley.
Yeah, definitely. They're really starting to put the pedal down now. Southport, as we might allude to, lost their big ruckman in Brewer early on in the first term. What looked like a knee. We saw him showered up and wearing the bandage at the three-quarter time huddle.
And I think that's been the difference, Pricey, in terms of this competitiveness in the ruck, and losing players like Goldsmith and Hill having to do ruck duty. It's really hurt them today.
Certainly has, and Pettit and Turner doing a fine job in the ruck to start with for Aspley. As it's contested in the middle, Mellons, bulldog, is just grabbed him in the old figure 4 leg lock as they do in the WWF, and the ball got thrown up Turner, Lucy, Matthews under pressure to Payne, back to Lucy. Good tackle from Mellon, dislodges the ball. Payne couldn't get it, taken without it in fact, and will get the free kick. Umpire said that was illegal against Josh Baxter. So Matthew Payne just lifting his rating with every minute that passes in this game. Beautiful pass, great delivery to Hughes. Hughes wheels around the right foot, looking for Sainsbury. He gets rid of his man with consummate ease. That looked obviously a lot easier than it was, but Eddie Sainsbury just seemed to just nudge him out with his forearm. Beautiful work.
With the left hand, Price, he held off his opponent, and just with the free right arm, the ball just fell in nicely for him there.
He's kicked 4. He waltzes in and gets 5 on the board, does Eddie Sainsbury, to back up his 7 goals last week. So that's a fair couple of weeks outing for him as Aspley reassert their dominance. 15-9-99, play 6-11-47. 10 minutes gone last term.
And Price, I wrote during the week about Sainsbury. He'd been through, obviously, a great start to the year, was leading the goal kicking, but then had a quieter patch for 3 or so weeks. But then the game last week was a real return to form, obviously, with the 7 goals. He kicked another 5 today. And we've just seen what a difference an in-form Eddie Sainsbury makes to the Aspley forward line.
He made that look stupidly easy. I'm still reeling from that mark. Unbelievable athleticism from Eddie Sainsbury. So it's out to a 52-point lead, which seems ridiculous given how it got within 3 and a bit goals in that third quarter. But now it is well and truly one-sided. So Aspley are going to run out winners today. It's a matter of how much. Maybe a percentage boosting win for them if they can keep up this momentum.
Well, they were already sitting about 36% above Southport on the ladder, so this will hit them even higher.
So long, high kick. Doesn't quite get inside 50. Burton's there at the footfall of it. Well done by Weller. So Pope on the wing. Looks back inboard. That's a great kick to Wells. Plays on. Well done, Troutman. Bursts through the centre. It's been intercepted once again.
And he was just grabbed as he kicked then, Will, which took him away from it. Allowed Aspley to rebound now.
So this is Joyce. 11 and a half minutes into the final quarter. It's a strange kick. It's almost like he was trying to target Geary. Geary puts it even wider. To Wells again. Overcooks it. Rebounding once again is the Aspley defender. So Joyce can't quite find Hughes. Hughes takes Keller out of it, falls over. Good hands there by Toy. Couple of intercepts back and forth. Could have been high. Umpire says yes. And so Wells is going to take this one right in front of the commentary box.
So is it Ben Wells on centre wing? Teammates barking instructions. Nice lead from Goldsmith. He honours that. Hits him with a short pass. So Goldsmith, manful effort. After losing Big Brewer, he and Hill in the ruck. Kick was a little bit ill-directed. Went over Stewart's head, and again Gavin Gross. Reliable. Great set of hands. The kick was dangerous. That's a good juggling effort there from young Jake Keller. You're right, actually. I was looking at Daniel Smith there. He does look like Daniel Hanbury from the Swans, but he's about a foot shorter, yeah, just from seeing it up there. Ball gets punched over the boundary line by Liam Dawson, who's fitted in very well in this week into the side, the Queensland Under-18.
Well, Pricey, he's one. I think if he didn't have the state commitments, he'd certainly be in the side each week. He's a quality young player.
So Goldsmith and Turner. Turner wins it. Thompson can't get a kick away. Mallon, who's been a bulldog with his tackles today. Hope now on the left. Good smother by Turner. Here's Day. Picks up the loose ball. Handballs wide. Bit of rebounding here from Aspley. That's a good kick. Turner's somehow found some space. Good gut running there from Turner. He gives it to Stanley. Puts it inside 50. Here's Sainsbury. Couldn't take a mark. Collison mops it up. Mills looks for Burton and he finds him. Across the face of goal. Is that 50? Yes, it is. Just a bit too energetic there from Smith.
Big penalty to pay for those couple of little baby steps, isn't it?
But they're consistent with it. They've had a few of them today.
Too true. Too true.
Wells.
They haven't stopped calling for the ball, Southport. They're making the movement.
Wells finds the ball once again. He's had a few this quarter. Keller was completely free on the near side. He goes wider. It's a big spoil. Burge ends up with it. Hambles inside to Pope. He's been pretty good today, Pope. Takes on the tackler ambitiously, and that is Plum holding the ball. So Stiller in the middle of the ground. Wheels onto his left. He's got Hutchinson completely free, but it's going to be chopped off. It's a good mark by Stewart.
He's been good today, really. He's been one of the Southport's best contributors.
Big second half from Stewart. Handballs to Troutman, back to Stewart. Ambles along the wing, puts it high. All Hornets though. Good tackle there by Dawson. So Hutchinson. Oh, feigns a handball. You don't mind. How's the athleticism of Hutchinson? And that's a great kick too. Beautifully done. So Nellis. Can he find Sainsbury for a 6? Oh, he's going to line up for a bag of 6, Sainsbury. She's a strong contested mark for not a very tall guy.
Well, he's just such a difficult matchup because he's only mid-size, so he can play small as well, but just on the lead and in the contest, he's so strong with his hands as well, which makes him, as I said, a really challenging matchup to try and lock down on.
So Eddie Sainsbury's already got 5 to his name. From 50 out, starts at left and it can't curl it back. So that'll remain 5 goals for the meantime. But Aspley bring up the triple figures now, 15-10-100, leading Southport 6-11-47, 53-point margin here at Graham Road.
Bringing the ball back in, Grayson liked his game for Southport. Somebody down, looked like we'll
Keller,
keep an eye on that. As Aspley have the ball at half forward, Stiller, handball to Matthews, spun out of trouble, gave it to Day. Day scrubs a handball forward, again picked up by Toy it was, but the handball free. Jack Stanley gets away from traffic, goes backwards, almost to centre wing, to Copeland. Every Aspley player forward of the centre circle as well.
Gross has drifted forward as well.
Liam Dawson, will it bounce kindly for him? It does. He controls it. He sees a lead. He overcooks it. It was too high for Smith. Goldsmith drops it for Southport. It's picked up there by that man you called Liam in Gross. Gets onto the left. What's he done here? Will it curl? It hits the post.
What's that? Is that 3 posters this quarter for Aspley? It's at least 2.
At least a couple. So 101 plays 47, a 54-point ball game.
The crowd would have loved a goal for Gavin Gross there. He's been very good in defence today. So 54-point lead now. Keller thought he might have gone down with a bit of a knee, but he's bounced back. That's a good running handball to Pope. But there is absolutely no one in this half of the ground. How's that for a spoil?
Brilliant spoil.
Stanley. Hutchinson, very prominent. Puts it out to the advantage of his teammate, but it's chopped off. Great tackle. That was Dawson, covering a lot of ground there. Wells picks it up. Pope, loose handball. Hutchinson spoils a handball he probably could have grabbed. It's going to be a boundary.
Well, I would have backed him there. If he'd taken that, he certainly would have had the speed to get away, but just safety first.
How about that spoil from Hannaford before? He actually, very intelligent, just banged it back towards his teammates. He was in all sorts of problems there. Southport, they want to go towards half forward. It's punched away by the Aspley defence. Dawson does well again to Copeland. Copeland gets onto a spinning mongrel down the right half forward. French trying to get it out for Aspley, but Southport have the ball now through Burton. It's going to come out here towards Tyne. Will he make it? No, the ball bounces away from him. Getting in there, Joyce. Tyne's got Joyce wrapped up. The ball stuck underneath him, and he picked his pocket as well. Beautifully done by Tyne. Gets the handball back to Grayson, back to Mills. Mills. Umpires called it back here. It might have been some extra contact. Now Mills will get the free kick for some high contact as they play on. With Weller, gets the ball to right half forward. Big tacker players at the back. It's going to be Reece Toy. Picks it up, wheels back around. He's got plenty of mates around him. Joey Day, bit too cute. Hits the target though. Payne sells a dummy. Inboard to Matthews. Matthews sees Pettit. Beautiful kick, well weighted, and Pettit takes the mark. 45 metres out directly in front. Go back and kick a goal, big fella.
I've liked Pettit's game. Probably the best ruckman on the ground, to be honest. But without the competition in Brew, it has.
Well, I'm not sure it's a choice of 2 today, really, Will, in terms of actual ruckmen we've got out there.
But the wealth of numbers there that Aspley had, they just controlled that too easily. Again, you mentioned before, Matt Payne, Just got the ball there. Everybody else slowed down around him.
Yeah, certainly.
It's like the
Pricey.
Matrix. As Pettit comes in from 50, unloads and ill-directed one behind results. So they're just creeping up to that 55-point margin now. 102 plays 47, 20 gone.
Time plays on to himself, takes a bounce, kneels. They're stuck here, Southport.
It's just been their problem all day. They just can't clear this back 50. There's too many short kicks. Mark
That's
end 50. Yep.
It's the second 50 of the quarter against Smith.
Well, they're lucky they don't have to clear it themselves here. They've got the 50-metre penalty to do that for them.
Not a lot of
I don't
demonstration.
know if he completely intended it, to be honest.
Blood rule as well.
True blood, it was a nasty challenge, but I think he was trying to go for the spoil.
Well, it was in the marking contest, so I think the umpires paid it more, you know, from the reaction of the player, the 50, more so than what the act actually was.
Yeah. Collected his nose, it looks like.
Might have a couple of sinus issues for the remainder of the evening.
That's Luke Hill coming off of the blood rule.
And he's had a red-hot crack since being thrown into the rough with Goldsmith.
He's been going.
But we talked about it earlier, robbed Southport of that forward target, with Goldsmith, and robbed him of a great defender in Hill. Nice little bit of comedic byplay going on between the players as Big Hill comes off the paddock here, and
Well, Pricey Hughes
Adam
is never
Hughes.
short of a word. If you watch Aspley play, he's always chirping.
doesn't mind a bit of a yap as Southport go inside 50 for one of the rare times in the final term. Big spoil from Gross hits the deck. He picks it up again. Still fighting for it, the Sharks. Copeland gets in first for Aspley. Ball stuck underneath them. Also Salter battling away. Umpire will ball it up just as the Sharks were
No, it's a
battling
free
away.
kick,
It was a
free
free
kick.
kick.
Legged.
Trip, I think, yeah.
And that will go to Reece Toy inside defensive 50 for the Hornets.
So Reece Toy switches in defence. He's got Liam Dawson, young Liam Dawson.
One of Queensland's big draft hopes this year. Him and Weller, the two on show today, are probably the two we'll be looking out for come November.
Good hands from
So
Nellis.
here's James Nellis.
Joey!
To Sansbury as the target. He grabbed the arm. Didn't matter in the end. So Troutman. Loose handball. And this should be a ball up. So, for those keeping an eye on the draft later on this year, according to journalist Liam Dettering here today, he thinks it's going to be Liam Dawson and was it Lachlan Weller, the other player that should play a bit of a role in that draft for Queensland.
Well,
Goldsmith.
You're right across it. Liam is an aficionado of the local game and has been watching just about every near-full game this year and over the last several years, so you're right on top of who is going to be drafted. He's
Yeah, well, certainly-
likely looking lad, Dawson.
Certainly, Callum Toomey, the draft expert for AFL.com.au, rates Lockie Weller really highly, and Dawson, just with his size as a key position player, is one who'll certainly come into calculations.
This is well played by Southport. They might just get a scoring opportunity out of this. This is McCanch on the edge of the 50. Could have a shot. It was a bit tentative. It was chopped off too easily by Gross, and now it is opened up for Aspley. Day has days. Out wide. This is Stanley. Back to Gross. Gross takes all the time he needs. It's a good kick. That was a wonderful kick into Reece Toy. So they can do as they please here, Aspley. Yeah, he went very close to the man on the mark, but it might just work out. Gross, no, turns it over to Geary. Pope, feigns a handball, that's gone. Doesn't matter. Holman, inside 50, chopped off.
Can't believe
Southport
that.
can bounce back.
Can't believe that was not paid holding the ball. Really, just completely dropped it.
Late in the game, bit of a blowout. I don't think anyone's going to pull him up for that one.
Weller back in board now to Burton. Burton shoots a handball across the Collison. Collison long. Who's got the sit here? The Southport player did. You've got to pay that. Again, that's Darren Stewart. He's got a good set of mitts on him. Takes the mark. Probably only about 10 metres out on the sharp end.
Really liked his game today, Pricey. He's been good, especially in the absence of both Kieran Brennan and Will Walbers, the other two ruckmen on Southport's list. And with Brewer going down, he's spent time in the ruck. He's also been down back. He's been forward. Now he gets a chance for a bit of reward on the scoreboard.
He comes in and strikes that very wide. Lucky to just sneak in for a behind. But that's their first score of the quarter, Southport. 24 minutes into the final term. Aspley had already kicked 3 goals, 5. So they're 6-12-48, whereas Aspley 15-12, 102 as the Hornets bring the ball back into play. Gross, boy, he can command a position in the field, can't he? Ball stuck underneath several of them. We'll have
Well,
the
he could have
ball
almost
up.
been in the 50 with 2 kicks there. It was a massive kick from Copeland, and we know if Gross had marked it, it certainly would have been travelling quite a distance down the field.
So Goldsmith and Turner. Over the top was McCanch. Pope to Grayson. Little kick, tries to find Baxter. Oh, chopped off. Well done, Hutchinson.
I mean, Hutchinson's had a great game, but I think Baxter will be not too happy with some of the delivery he's had today.
No, certainly not. But Hutchinson has been reading it well. A bit of an X factor in this Aspley defence. So Lucy over the top to Payne. Clever handball back inside. This should be a good setup. Sansbury can't get his hands on it. Back to Sansbury. Oh, sells a few players. Puts it to a hot spot. Nellis can't take the grab, but he follows it up. Has a snap. It's behind.
And again, we just saw the in-close work of Matt Payne there. He's got terrific hands, and just, again, that handball over the back is probably one of the best handballs we've seen of the year, I reckon.
Oh, if you don't mind.
There you go.
What a call.
I mean, it's an underrated stat, the handball, but he's a great exponent of it.
Well, Southport bringing the ball back in, and there he is. The athletic Hutchinson takes the mark and gets on his bike straight away. Long kick. Aspley players banging into each other. They're that keen at the moment. You've got Southport, the player in Troutman.
Hughes has just given away the free kick there for holding the man before he had possession of it.
Didn't get a chance to get a hold of the ball as Troutman goes across to the goal face, taken by the captain in Burge. Quite a game today. Dangerous looking kick, but it is accepted. Need to get a move on. That's an ill-directed kick as well. It's spilled there by the Sharks, but they will have it again. Collison's racked up a few stats and he's doing okay. Gets the ball back to Burge.
Yeah, but he's just an accumulator, sorry, Will.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he's leading the possession count, actually. Collison's really popped up a lot today.
A lot of hard running. As this fella, Stewart, impresses me with his marking ability.
And Pope's been good today as well.
Drives it long inside 50. Ball bounces nicely from the canch. Oh, he did well to get around Turner. This could be a spectacular goal. He bounces and runs in. He deserved that nice bit of backing yourself there from the canch. After following up his goal in the game last week, he gets his first for the day. And the Sharks get their first for the final term, 7-12-54. They're 49 points behind the Aspley Hornets, 103.
To be fair, he did take on big Jed Turner, who's feeling a bit of a...
I think he's cooked,
bit of
Will. I think
fatigue.
that's the term.
Big ruckman, 110 kilos cooked.
And he had 50 metres to work with, Digna Canch, but to his credit, he did well. Handball to himself and ran inside to an open goal. Who have been your best for Aspley today, Crossy and Liam? I've really liked Hutchinson's game. He's got a bit of a shades of Darryl White
Gavin
about him.
Gross. Gavin Gross too in defence has been terrific, and I think Matt Payne's really come into the game in this second half. He's been terrific in the midfield.
I think both of those that you said, especially in the second half in Gross and Payne, as Payne applies a tackle to Collison to Clark for Southport. That's what Mellon, who overran it, Copeland, he goes past. Now it's Hill.
How's the headgear?
With the headband, or the bandage as it is. They could have nudged him out, Geary could have got nudged out there by Hannaford. Hannaford played it beautifully though, handball to himself and then misdirected kick gets into the arms of Jason Burge. Burge inside 50, Gross at the front of the pack, but there he is again, Hutchinson for mine. I'm just about giving BOG for Aspley as Smith goes from half back and finds this man Payne in the guts.
So Payne, been a real performer for Aspley today. Looks to the wing.
Oh, and it was remiss of us not to mention the 5-goal Sansbury
Yeah,
as well.
he's been okay as well, I guess.
We nearly got to that.
Barrels it outside of defence. Pope's underneath it as is Hill. Wearing not dissimilar to
Well, we saw
Hannibal
Chris
out of
Judd.
Silence of the Lambs.
We saw Chris Judd wear similar headgear at one point a couple of years ago and copped references to Voldemort. I
That's
think.
right.
So Burge to the advantage of his teammate, inside 50 to Mallon, and he can have a shot at goal. He plays on, unwisely I'd suggest, but he takes a bounce. Handballs to Baxter, back to Mallon, who'd love a goal. Oh, how's that for a tackle? Well done, Day. Joey Day does very
Copeland's
well.
given his teammate one as well there, just front on.
And there's the siren. Convincing win to Aspley. It's going to be a 49-point victory on the scoreboard. 15-13, 103, defeating Southport 7-12-54. Some goal kickers. The only multiple for Aspley is Eddie Sansbury kicking 5. And they have plenty of multiples. I think they've got plenty of singles. They've had 11 goal kickers in total. But for Southport, only the 5 goal kickers, 3 to Baxter. But pretty convincing in that second half. They really ran away with it when they needed to.
Yeah, well, you've got 6 goals, 7 to Aspley in the second half, up against 4 goals, 8 from the Southport Sharks. Now, when they did have their ascendancy time, as we know, the momentum shifts. They had their ascendancy time in the third quarter, didn't capitalise on that. I didn't think the Southport at the time.
Been the problem with Southport this year though, and I know Matt Angus has been big on it as well, when they have had the ascendancy, they haven't quite been able to capitalise and it's hurt them a bit.
But no, a better running effort there from Aspley in the end. They do look better when they move the ball quickly, when they run and spread, and they actually give their teammates the options. Running into space doesn't seem like the most difficult skill in the world, but some teams and some players just find it difficult to grasp.
But like we said, some big performers for Aspley. Eddie Sansbury was wonderful with 5 goals up forward, Payne in the middle, and Hutchinson in defence really spelled the day today. And some injuries for Southport. We see Luke Shreve with ice on his knee and Mitch Brewer going off early. Hopefully that doesn't delay them for the rest of the season. But it's been a pretty competitive but dominant game for Aspley. They run out 49-point winners here at Graham Road in Aspley. And we're going to leave you today. I've been Will Rolston alongside Michael Price and special comments from Liam Dettering. Thank you for joining us on NEFL TV, and we'll leave you for round 11.